evil visions from the pink-eyed thingy.
And now we're really live. Okay. So, what happened last week? Oh,
I'm back.
oh, it's you. Okay. Oh, it's you. So, last week, our intrepid band of adventurers travelled further south, finishing up their business in Old Owl Well, where they recovered another one of these strange glowing gems. What's that mean?
Mostly by accident.
Mostly by accident. Heading south towards Wiventor, they found a camp of bandit orcs, who were camping out, and also a friendly ogre that was with them. They managed to sneak up and dispatch the majority of the orcs, slaying them in cold blood and stealing their stuffed animals. You evil, evil people. Stealing teddy bears, badgers, donkeys, the like.
No.
Reminds me, I must update my inventory.
After that...
Yeah, Nathan, are you drinking this episode?
No. Would you
Please
like
do.
me
It was fun. Yes.
to? Not this time. Anyway, following that, our group decided to head back towards the town of Phandalin to reap their just rewards for clearing out the undead of Old Owl Well, for retrieving the information from the Banshee Agatha, and for clearing out the orcish nest, as it were. However, on the way back, there was a complication in the party, as one Altering Cregoton decided upon himself that he wanted the gems. He was greedy, wanted the loot, he wanted the wealth that they offered, and attempted to steal the gems. Successfully obtaining one from Nistari, successfully obtaining the chest from Merrick, but failing the very last attempt to retrieve the key from Little Gina, and was very swiftly apprehended by the party, detained, severely questioned, and then dragged back towards Phandalin.
We tied him to a tree too.
You tied him to a tree, debated whether to kill him or not, and then decided, okay, he's not going to die just yet, and dragged him with you. So, we bring ourselves, it's now relatively early morning, probably about 10 o'clock in the morning. You guys have been travelling for a few hours since you camped, and you are now bordering the outskirts of the town of Phandalin. You're probably about a mile off. You can see it in the distance. You can see a few stacks of smoke brimming from the chimneys and the like. What do you want to do?
I know, let's ask Mooney. No.
Mooney is being unceremoniously quiet at this point. You don't know why, but you feel he may agree to anything you currently ask him. So, is there anything any of you would like to do? Okay. Before you enter the town of Phandalin.
I'll turn to this, right? Well, we're nearly back. I suppose we'd best decide what we're going to do with young elf.
And as you say that, Ultrin, at the back of the party, currently bound to the hands by a slack rope being carried by Ragnar, looks around nervously, and he turns and he bolts back the direction that you came, as he just tugs on the rope and runs as fast as he can in the other direction. Ragnar, this catches you by surprise, as Ultrin was cooperating with you, and such his hands still bound, but hands still bound, but the rope in your hands loose, slack, giving him a bit of leeway. As he runs, he pulls the rope taut. I would like contesting athletics checks, and Ragnar, you will be at disadvantage due to the surprise.
Athletics, make sure I don't care. Oh, my athletics is terrible. Are you kidding me? Aw, damn it.
So,
No, he gets disadvantage, doesn't he?
still beats your
And I get-
3.
Oh yeah, because I don't get advantage. Damn it!
So, as you turn and you bolt,
I yank the pull him backwards.
Ragnar grabs the rope as it goes taut in your hands, and you just yank it back. Ultron, you very quickly spin back around in place, yanked to
No,
the floor, and you land
yeah.
hard on your face.
I aim to pull him back so that he falls backwards over.
He kind of turns around and he falls. He falls face first onto the ground, facing you, kind of hands bound.
Right. Stop that, lad. I think, to be honest, after my comment, I can understand that your degree of concern. Now, whilst you've tried to steal from the party, you've done us no harm, and we're not gonna hurt you, lad. But we can't trust you.
I'm getting pretty pissed off with this now. And with that, I go to pick him up and sling him over my shoulder.
Yeah, just leave him on the ground. Like what I'm proposing.
Well, Ragnar, I'd like an athletics check from you, contesting Ultron. You can give me an acrobatics check to avoid this if you want.
Okay, yeah, sure, why not? I've got a good dex.
11.
Nope. The other side would have been better.
Ah!
Oh, okay. So, Ragnar, you go to the wiggling form of Ultron. He's only bound by the hand, so he has a decent amount of movement. As you do so, you lean down to scoop him up, and he darts back like a wiggly worm, and you fall onto the ground.
Okay.
It's like trying to pick up something that was slightly heavier or slightly lighter than you initially anticipated. It kind of catches you off guard, and you drop to your knees as Ultron scampers back up and stands up. The rope's still in your hand, but Ultron is on the ground and in a stance of flight, ready to run.
You run, lad, and you're gonna make us hurt you.
Ultron, what would you like to do?
I'm pretty pissed off at this point.
So you're straight on the ground at the moment, Ragnar. So Ultron, you effectively get a reaction here. I'm not making you roll initiative for this yet.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm getting out the crossbow and putting it in the general direction, but at the moment at the ground.
I kick Ragnar in the face and run.
Fucking hell.
Oh.
So, Ultron, roll an attack.
Okay, I'm just
Just
gonna
roll me a
do...
d20.
Okay.
God damn it.
Miss.
15?
Oh, wait, what? 15.
Does 15 hit?
Uh,
It would be 15 plus 3, technically. So, does 18 hit?
18 hits, yeah.
Okay, Ultron, roll me a d4.
I can't believe I kicked him in the face.
You're so mean.
I know, right? I'm such a horrible person.
Okay, Ragnar, you take 4
Best
points of
kick ever.
damage as Ultron just punts you in the face. You hear a crunch as you're pretty sure your nose is just splintered and blood spurts out.
It's not the first time.
Ragnar. Not Ragnar,
Yep.
sorry, Merrick, Niftari, Gina, is there anything you want to be doing at this point? I'll give you a chance to intervene.
How far away am I from Ultron?
You're probably about
Same.
20 feet from him right now, because you
Turn
were
to the back.
walking towards Fandolin, him in the back, so he's probably about 20 feet away from it. You're probably 20 feet from each other right now.
I would like to cast a firebolt right at his feet. I mean, I'm not trying to hit him, I just want to impress upon him the great chance of me setting him on fire at a distance.
Okay, roll me an attack, as per normal. Okay, with great precision, you launch your firebolt that lands right at Ultron's feet, just as he moves away from Ragnar after the punt to the face. This firebolt lands right at your feet, and just the patch of grass ignites.
I'm holding
Okay.
my attack. If he legs it, I'm going for a leg shot.
I, however, want to end this right away. So Ultron doesn't see me, I will do my channel of divinity to create a mirror of myself behind him. And through this mirror, I can do spells, and I'm going to touch him, and I'm going to inflict wounds.
Ouch.
Okay. So, it still requires an attack, so roll your attack with advantage.
I take it we can see this mirror person.
Yes.
I'm assuming so,
Okay.
yes. Okay, so Ultron, roll damage, because that'll hit. Ultron, as this firebolt lands at your face, a Nithari somehow appears.
Holy shit! I have like no health left.
Do not piss off the cleric. Do not piss off the cleric.
I have 4 health left. I have 4 health left.
Nithari appears behind you and slaps you on the bum, dealing 17 points of necrotic damage as you just feel this wave of dark energy pass over you. You kind of lose your breath. And you feel physically drained and very hurt. Though no physical wounds are on you, you feel as if your life force is just pulling away from you.
Yes.
I say he should be easier to handle now.
Yes. Like I said, don't make us kill you.
Okay, so
Can I get up
Ultron,
at this point?
you're still on the ground at this point. We'll come to you in a second. Ultron, what do you want to do now?
Surrender?
You go to surrender?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Alright.
Ultron drops, kind of seeing this horrific display of power, both front and back, quickly rethinks his life decisions and drops to his knees in almost a begging pose of, "Oh shit, I fucked up. Don't kill me."
4 health left, yeah, I fucked up.
Ragnar, as he does this, you kind of regain your feet. You wipe the blood away from your nose, and go spit on the ground to this hunk of blood and phlegm.
No, spit at Ultron.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll me a d20.
Are you gonna kill me with a spit? Because that'd be terrible.
Would you like to activate your sacred right on your spit attack?
To my knowledge, the only humanoid that's ever killed someone with a spit attack is Lobo.
So, you spit and it just lands right on your shoulder and dribbles down your tunic, Ultron.
Right. Now, what I'm proposing is we get the town master to lock him up for a couple of weeks and then let him go.
I pull my crossbow out.
Oh god. Oh god.
Yeah. He hasn't hurt us. He's just tried to steal from
I
us.
kicked him in the face.
I
All
snap.
right.
I
Yeah,
make
also
a blow.
recovered it. It wasn't that great to start with.
I make a blow to knock him out.
Make me an
wow,
attack
you might
roll
kill me.
with
He's
advantage.
gonna kill me with this.
It's okay, you can do non-lethal.
I'm doing lethal. but
Doesn't
I'm doing
matter. I can spare the
my
dying.
crossbow.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh, with a crossbow.
I'm hitting him with my crossbow because it's heavy.
So you're butting him with the crossbow at melee.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was about to say you cannot technically make
I'm sorry, you can't.
non-lethal with ranged attacks. So
It's a ranged attack. It's a melee attack.
that's fine. I'll allow it. So you take the butt of your crossbow. Roll me damage. Roll me. That'll do it. So you take the butt of the crossbow and you just crack him in the face with it. Again, very similar sound to where he kicked you in the face with this crunch as his nose crumples beneath you and you blood. And Ultron, the last thing you see is a very pissed off Bloodhunter stepping towards you and raising his crossbow as you fade to black.
Right, well, you knocked him out. You can carry him.
Yeah, I pick him up.
Just changed my name.
Right.
Okay.
Now,
So
because Ultron's not going to be joining in this discussion, what are people's thoughts on the idea? I mean, like I said, we can't trust him. It'll keep him out of our hair for a while. We've got his weapons anyway, and he's not getting those back. Well, we can leave them with a lock and key to give back to him in 2 weeks.
Mooney pipes up at this point. Yeah, no, I think that's fair enough. He mainly hasn't hurt us. I think locking him up and seeing what the town master wants to do with him.
I'd say we should at least. He's been a cunt, but we should at least meet for something. I'd say.
Yeah. He gets his share of the stuff he helped with. That's only fair.
Let's give him what he's owed and fuck off.
Give him what he deserves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Minus any charges for what the town master wants for incarcerating him.
It's a prison, not a hotel.
We are leaving him in daycare.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Okay then, so Ragnar, you pick up Ultron by his belt. He's actually really light. And you just pop him on your shoulder. He's like picking up a styrofoam mold. You pop him on your shoulder. And you guys, as you're having this conversation, are starting to walk into the town of Phandalin.
Yeah, I take it we have made sure that he hasn't got anything else of ours, haven't we?
I don't know.
I thought we searched him.
I thought
Yeah,
we did. I'm
I
just
think
checking.
we
You
did.
guys have. I don't
I
have
think
anything.
specifically Ragnar searched him because
I
he
don't
was
know.
worried he had stolen something else.
Okay, so you've searched him. So, you guys are now heading into the town of Phandalin, passing the few odd splattered buildings as you head in. Where would you like to go?
Town master.
So you're heading straight to the Town Master's Hall?
Yeah, well, we've got rewards to pick up and something to drop off.
2 seconds. I just knocked some on the floor. I just need to grab it. 1 sec. I'm back. Okay, so you head straight towards the Town Master's Hall looking for Mr. Harbin Wester. You arrive, and you can see... and you can see Harbin hunched over his desk, as he normally is. As you enter, he looks up. Oh, hello, friends. Come in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
is he hurt? Do you need assistance?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh,
Well, first of all,
okay.
you had a few jobs you wanted doing. I believe you had problems with some orcs.
Oh,
and-
yes. Over at the Wyvern Tor, yeah.
Yeah.
They take my necklace off.
As this slightly gruesome thing that my colleague produced shows, you won't be having problems with them anymore.
Oh, excellent! And he kind of gets up, he rubs his hands together. I suspect a reward is in order then.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's see what else. I think the other things were not involving you, but in terms of a reward, we have a bit of a favour to ask.
Okay.
Well, as you've noticed, our friend, though that is now to say ex-friend,
Oh, okay.
shall we say we've had a bit of a disagreement.
Okay.
And as a result, we are parting ways, and we want to make sure that he stays out of our way because we don't really... Whilst we've had a disagreement, it didn't come to where we want to kill him.
I see.
So, could we get him locked up for a bit?
What did he do, if you don't mind me asking?
Stole things.
Yes.
Ah,
We had some
common
items
thief.
that he decided was... Yes.
Yeah.
He stole from the Shrine of Luck too.
But, well, that... was-
That's telling tales.
Anyway,
a serial thief. We can't have that in our town.
yeah.
Sildar. And you see one of the guards pops in from one of the other rooms. Yes. We have another guest for the dungeon.
Yeah, I
Very
wouldn't
well.
put him in with the other one, though. They didn't get on before.
As Sildar comes up, he holds it. He kind of goes and tries to take Ultron from your shoulder, Ragnar.
Yeah, I just let him flop over.
Okay, he kind of grabs him. He doesn't hold him as as Ultron very ragdollishly flops to the floor. Doesn't quite hit his face, but it's not far off as he grabs him by the wrist. He goes, and Silver Knight says, if they didn't get on before, that could be quite fun. Very well, my lord.
Like I said,
I'll take care of
we
this.
don't really want him dead, but I think those two, well, they might kill each other.
Sildar just nods. And you see he literally just drags Ultron across the floor. No carrying, just drags him across. Opens up a side door which has a set of stairs leading down, and continues to drag Ultron down. You hear thump, 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 as Ultron bounces down every single step on the way.
And
You can actually see Merrick wincing a little bit every time you hear the thunk.
Whatever
I feel
happened, it probably didn't. It wasn't very good for him. And the door shuts behind him. Well, now that dreadful business is taken care of, I understand there was a reward. And he pulls out a small sack, which has 100 gold pieces in it. He goes, here you go. And to add to that, we've fixed up the sleeping giant a bit for you. You should find it nice and accommodating now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can you do me a favour and give 10 of these gold pieces to the idiot that just got dragged in there?
Once you release him.
Yeah.
Okay. And he takes the things, and he slides open a drawer and just drops it in.
Yeah, like he did earn them, and also we will hand over his equipment, which he can have when he's released. But yeah, like I said, we want him out of our hair for the time being, but it is his.
Very well. We will take care of him.
Yeah, when he's not being an idiot, he's actually quite useful.
Understood. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
Okay. I think that's... Well, there's some other things we need to deal with, but I don't think you were bothered. We had to deal with some undead. We'll probably best tell you about it, but you know that old castle thing that's up north ways.
Old Elwell to the east.
Yeah. Now there was some weird necromancer. He didn't seem to be doing any harm, but you probably want to tell people to stay clear of the chip. He's got some zombies around, and he's, like I said, he wasn't actually doing any harm, so we kind of couldn't really just stop him, but yeah, you probably want to steer clear of there. He's probably going to wander off.
Okay. I will inform the locals.
Mm-hmm.
Vince is on.
Anyway, I have much to attend to, so if there's nothing else...
Okay. But thank you for your time, and yeah, I was thinking about how long do you normally lock up thieves and such? I was thinking, well, I just so you got a feel of how long you're going to be here.
Well, it depends what he stole, really.
Well, he failed to steal.
Attempted thievery. It's alright, Vince. Attempted thievery. We'll keep it there for a month, maybe.
Right. That'll do. Yeah, he's a tricky one, though. Yeah, he's shown himself to be adept with locks.
I will make sure the guards keep watch on him.
You say this, but last time I tried to pick the lock on the freaking chest and I failed.
The one thing that he failed to do was pick a lock.
Right. I think that concludes our business, but thank you very kindly, and thank you for the favour, so to speak. Right. I think now it's off to see. Looks like we have some apologising to do at the shrine. Come on.
Yep.
Okay, welcome, Vince, can you hear us? We can hear you. Maybe? Oh, okay. Vince, I'm saying this, you can't hear me, but I'll give you a few minutes to sort this out. Okay, so you guys head over towards the Shrine of Luck.
Mm-hmm.
1 second, sorry. Just need to deal with something.
Why do we have a party cake? Why was it a party cake, by the way?
I think I may have been drunk.
Because we're a party, and
I like the party
so
cake.
we're a party cake.
Yeah.
At least you're not drinking this time, you know. No bears in some orcs anymore.
This is vodka.
Oh, okay.
Um,
You guys are straight on that.
I like my stuff all bare.
Wow. Ultron, did you guys give him back his stuffed squirrel?
Well, we gave him back his things.
Yeah.
I thought that would include the stuffed squirrel.
Good.
Yeah.
May, you know.
Okay, so as you head over towards the Shrine of Luck, you see Sister Garrily. She appears to be just tending the shrine. She appears to have a bit of a clean-up, sweeping around at the moment. As you approach, she greets you. Oh, hello, friends. Hello. Welcome back. Glad to see that you're well. How have you been?
We're fine, and my colleague tells me that collectively we probably owe you a bit of an apology for an ex-member of the party.
The half elf. We already talked, so don't worry about him.
Well, it looks like the talking didn't quite get the message, as he's currently in jail.
Good. She just smiles to herself smugly.
The other 10 coins that were Andrew's, I give to the Shrine of Luck.
Okay. And you pop them on the shrine. Thank you. It is always any donations are always appreciated. Have you had a chance to head over to Connieberry yet, at all?
Actually, yes, we did.
And?
Yeah.
We found
Agatha is quite
information.
disturbing.
Banshees tend to be. They're not known to be the most welcoming creatures.
Wasn't the ugliest banshee I've seen.
Where have you been?
I've been everywhere. I know this stuff.
What?
Seen me?
Whatever your preferences may be, did you manage to obtain the information about the book?
Yeah. Well, I think, Mooney, you were the one who was talking, were you not?
Yeah, well, we, like he said, we talked to Agatha, and she told us about Bo Gentle's spell book, and he said that she hadn't had contact with it in over 100 years. She said the last person that she knew had it was a wizard that has a tower a few days north of here, I believe.
Different wizards. I think there was a bit of confusion last
Yeah.
time.
I apologize. And I also am running late, and I apologize about that too. And I also forgot to memorize what the wizard's name was that she gave us.
Sir North.
Cernos.
Cernoth.
My God, we all remembered. That was
Everybody but me, apparently.
I was just waiting for the entire party. What was his name? Oh shit, we don't know. Failed quest. Cernoth, you say? Not a name that I know, but thank you for the information. I will see what I can do with it. If you wait here, I will fetch your reward. And she pops off just to a house next to the shrine, unlocks it, pops in.
I turn to Merrick and kind of elbow him a second, and I say, I didn't know we were getting a reward.
Oh, well, you do good things. Speaking of which, we'd best hand over the remains of the reward to our treasurer that we got for the orcs.
100 gold additional to the party loot.
Minus...
Minus 20.
Minus 20. Yeah.
Minus 20, so 80. I can math. Anyway. So, Sister Garrily, I can't back out with a lisp. Sister Garrily pops out a few minutes later with a small, what appears to be a little small leather pouch. And kind of clinks and rattles as she takes it. She goes, she hands it to you, Mooney, and says, "Here you go. Here is your reward. Thank you very much for finding this information. It would have been very difficult for me to obtain on my own." And she hands you the small pouch that contains 3 potions of healing.
Excellent.
Well, one thing we've learned is having the goddess of luck on your side for an adventure is a good thing. And having it against you really is a bad thing, as Meaty found out.
She chuckles lightly. It is indeed.
Thank you very much, sister, and may your day be well.
May luck smile upon you. She gives you a small bow, more of a curtsy.
And to you.
As you guys, unless there's anything else you want to do, depart from the shrine.
That's it.
Ragnar tips his fedora, and heads out. Okay, where would you like to go next?
We have the chat with the apples that we need to tell about the zombies.
Yep.
Okay, let's play hand in the side quests.
Indeed.
Hopefully we get XP from the side quests and we'll level up now.
We
And
don't
the
do
music
XP.
will play. I know.
If only you had an XP based system. You're doing these side quests purely for your own enrichment. Anyway, so you guys wander around to the orchard, and you can hear, as you approach, you can hear a repetitive, loud thunk. As you approach, you can see Old Man Edomath, axe in hand. He appears to be chopping down an old, pretty dead-looking tree. As you guys approach, he looks up, he wipes the sweat from his brow, stands the axe down, stretches his back a little bit, kind of stretches his neck, and takes a small cloth and just wipes himself down as he walks towards you. Hello, my adventuring friends. How are you on this fine day?
A small gust of wind to cool him off.
As you... Thank you, lad.
And don't worry, the annoying one's not with us this time. Or at least that annoying one's not with us.
Mr. Climby Tree Man. Yes.
The guy who tried to steal all your apples.
Tried. I think he may have learned... I'd like to think he learned his lesson, but the fact that he's not with you determines that he may not have done.
He's currently learning his lesson in the town jail.
Excellent. I may pop down and visit him later.
So,
Anyway, what can I do for you?
we have a chat. We need to have a chat about some zombies.
Loathsome creatures.
Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one, that was. Because typically, zombies, nasty, evil things, go and kill them. Fair enough.
Indeed.
Yeah,
well,
they were kind of being controlled by a bit of an idiot.
In my experience, very few who follow the necromantic arts are very clever.
True, but this one didn't really seem to be evil, just a bit annoying.
The worst kind.
He seemed misunderstood.
Let's not go that far. Raising the dead against their will is, in my eyes, a terrible crime.
I wanted to kill all of them, but I think there were too many. He's got quite a lot of undead. It could be a problem.
Well,
at least the rumours were true. What happened? Are they dispatched?
No, well, we kind of found what he was looking for, and it's not there, so we think he's going to
I kind of cut off Merrick and try to stop him from saying any more about anything about being spoken of. Anyway, so I pull him back a little bit and I step up to Edermath. The zombies won't be a problem anymore. They've moved on to.
We annoyed him into leaving.
Yeah.
I can see that you would be adept at that. I would have preferred them slain, but if they are not going to trouble us, then I guess you have my thanks.
Yeah. Well, I think if we let people know to stay away from the area for a bit, if he doesn't clear off, we'll go and have another chat.
I shall keep an eye on the area.
We'll clean up after the mess that we left behind.
Excellent. It's yourselves that have taken up in the Sleeping Giant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. We haven't seen it yet. Apparently it's been redone.
Ah, yes. Well, a few of us put a bit of work in. I'm not a dab-hand carpenter myself, if I do say so. So there's no holes in your walls anymore, at least. I can't say much for decor, but it won't leak.
That's fine. I'm a great interior decorator.
I'm sure you are.
Where did he come from? What was his past?
He's actually a plasterer. He just happened to fall into an order of blood hunters. No,
Well, no one's actually asked me yet.
Well, so anyway, Edmund says, well, again, you have my thanks for dealing with the situation.
Well, it occurs to me, I mean, alright, it's clearly a pillar of the community and so forth, but why exactly did people come to you about the zombies and not the town master bloke?
Well, I used to do a bit of adventuring back in the day. Travelled with a band not too unlike yourselves. I've slain plenty of undead in my time, but I'm getting a bit on now, and...
Well, yeah, I mean, lots of experience, but again, well, just because you got the experience, I'm just thinking, why did they come to you? That suggests there's a bit more to you.
I am a man. I'm a holy man.
Yeah, now.
You could say one. I followed the path of the light. Followed was a paladin indeed. Still am technically. But
All right. Well, so you might know who we might be able to talk to if we'd run into some nasty stuff that we needed to find out about.
you're being very cryptic, dwarf. Out with it.
Well, shall we say, if you'd found something nasty and evil, you probably wouldn't want to tell too many people what it was.
Yeah.
A safe assumption.
But equally, being an adventurer, you know, if you found something nasty and evil and you kind of gotta deal with it, you need a bit of advice. So, where would we go?
So, hypothetically, we'll say that you found... Hypothetically, if we were a bunch of adventurers and we found something that could be pretty nasty, and you would hypothetically look for somebody to assist you in such matters...
Hypothetically,
who would you go to? Is that what you're asking me?
That sounds about...
Hypothetically.
Yeah, that sounds the sort of thing.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Well, speaking hypothetically, of course, you could speak to an ex-adventurer, a follower of the light, maybe the old druid that lives in the woods. Either of those would be grand suggestions. Hypothetically, of course.
Indeed. Would hypothetically, would an old paladin want to be bothered by such things, or would you rather... Do you think a druid might be better because the paladin likes his retirement?
Hypothetically.
You can now see the frustration building on his face. He goes, go talk to the druid. And he walks back and he picks up his axe, and he's going to say, hypothetically, old paladins have got a lot of work to do. And he starts chopping down the tree again.
Right. Thank you for your assistance.
Excellent. And as you begin to walk away, he shouts after you, hypothetically, you might want to speak to Lady Alderleaf at her farm.
Ah, thank you for that.
Thank you for what?
The hypothesis.
You're a good man.
He doesn't respond and just continues to chop down his tree.
I like that guy.
I like
In
that.
theory.
He's
I
messing with
tell him
Pop's
that his
feelings and
apples are
stuff.
delicious.
As you walk away, I know.
Right, I think we should go see what they've done with the sleeping giant.
Hey,
I agree.
Good idea.
Quite curious myself.
Hey, wait.
Hypothetically, it's been put back together. Okay, so our party trudges off from Edomath's orchard over towards the sleeping giant, previously the sleeping giant tap house. As you approach, you can see that the previous when you previously visited the sleeping giant, it was in a dire state of misrepair. Broken windows, cracked boards and stairs leading up towards it. Several patches where the roofing had either come loose or was just not there at all. And as you approach, it seems it's not as good as new. You can tell it's a patch job. The wood doesn't quite match up. It's not the greatest you've seen, but it's functional. And you get the idea of, with a little bit of love, a lick of paint maybe, it could be so much more. But the windows are no longer smashed. You have proper windows. The floorboards, at least on the stairs leading up to it, are even. And what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it right now, but it looks pretty good. You've almost got a bit of a porch, so the way, looking at the sleeping giant, you have several stairs leading up to the main area, which opens up onto a small porch type. Then behind that, then just back a little bit, it's kind of covered over by the roof, and then it opens up into the front door. As you guys enter, you look around, and it is sparse, to say the least. Yes, it's functional. It has been repaired. Again, in here you can see the patch jobs where the walls have been repaired and the floorboards mended. There are a few bits of furniture. You can see an old bar table with several stools around it. The bar area where which previously was obviously where business was conducted is still in place. It's a little bit dusty, but you do have a functioning bar. The downstairs is one large open room with quite large areas of open space where furniture probably was. The broken stuff has been taken away, removed, leaving only this pretty much one set of decent stuff. You can see behind the bar there's a little bit of a back room where you assume additional stuff is would have been stored. It then has a set of stairs heading up to the second floor, first floor, and up in there are 3 separate rooms, all of them with simple beds and nightstands. So each room is a twin room, 6 beds total. But again, sparsely populated, a bit dusty, a bit mucky, but it'll do for what you need, and it's yours.
We have a base.
you see Merrick looking around it, trying very hard to look like he's not going, oh my god, it's a hovel.
It's a work in progress.
If I start checking around for dangers.
Make me an investigation check.
Just real quick, Nathan, the potions that the sister gave us, are they just the standard red healing potions?
Yes, just standard basic healing potions.
Okay, I just put a multiplier in the loot.
Okay. So, Ragnar, you look around and you look for traps, dangers.
Looking for anything dangerous, or like anything that we could avoid, or he's a little bit paranoid, so he's looking around for anything where someone could spy on us as well, anything like that.
You've actually inherited Tucker and Dale versus Evil's Hut, for those who've seen it. No. You look around, and though, again, Spartan and Bear, the woodworking and the craftsmanship that's actually gone into this, both during its initial construction and its mending, is relatively good. This place is safe. There are no sticking out nails. The floorboards are even. The stairs don't look like they're going to collapse underneath you unless you put a bear on them. There are no mephits hiding underneath the kegs. Everything looks good.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I walk over to one of the tables, testing to make sure it's sturdy, and I start putting out alchemist's tools on it.
Okay.
You know what kind of worries me about this place? It's made of wood.
Yep, it is.
Of course, that would worry a pyromaniac.
I'm not a pyromaniac, I'm a pyromancer.
One sort of comes with the other.
Well, I walk
Well,
up to the bar.
Well, you weren't complaining with that ogre.
Of course I wasn't. I wasn't complaining at all. It was him.
Ogres.
So, you walk over to the bar, Mooney.
Yeah, and I take the near 400 gold that we have in the party loot and stick it on the table, and just like in the sack, and just dump it on the table.
Just a nice
Table collapsed.
You
No,
put
it's on the bar.
And you put it on the bar. You hear this nice, very satisfying jingle as the coins just on the bar table.
Well, what do you think about furnishing this place with the team loot?
I think what we should do first is we've had a thief. I think we should divvy through all our loot.
I think most of you in the time between catching Ultron and heading back towards Phandalin will have had a look at all of your. I think most of you went through your pockets anyway and emptied them out, so you're pretty confident that nothing else has gone missing.
Right. I think one of the things we should do is find somewhere to put the creepy things, somewhere safe.
And not keep them on us?
Well,
I think
now
the
we've got
safest
two
place
of
is
them.
with
Why
us.
don't we put one of them in a safe place and keep one of them with us?
I feel like underneath the floorboards is a good idea somewhere.
Maybe we could even drop the hiding place.
Yep, that sounds like a plan. But as we've shown, having both of them with us maybe isn't the best plan. Particularly putting them near together is a bad idea.
But would leaving one behind be risky because they can sort of track it? And if we're not here, they could, if they can get beyond the traps, they can take it.
Yeah, that's true. Anyone
Well,
who can perceive it will sense it from the street.
Well, it's something to consider anyway. We can always change our mind, but particularly if we're just wandering around town, I don't like the idea of having both of them with us all the time. But I'm no expert on magic things, so I'm prepared to be guided by those of you who know more than I do.
Ultron, what do you think?
I gotta be like this.
The other thing that comes to mind is when in all the fights, whilst I'm quite happy to be at the front, we're thinking we maybe need somebody else. We've got lots of support, but there's only me at the front. I mean, Ragnar goes to the front, but when he does, he gets hit. Mooney goes to the front when he's not paying attention, and then he gets hit.
And to be fair, I only really go to the front when someone's about to die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 seconds.
I'm
And even
thinking,
then, I'd say I've taken a fair few hits.
oh yeah, but Ultron, he may be annoying, but he was useful. We may need to replace him.
Yeah, I mean, he did soak up a lot of damage.
No, you're not wrong. I think we could get by for now, though.
Anyway, but the idea of parking one of the objects is something for the future. that lead, we've got 2 leads to follow up. One of which is Lady Old Leaf.
Alderleaf.
Alderleaf, as the map
Alderleaf.
says.
I know.
Okay.
Actually, Merrick was
Yeah.
deliberately getting it wrong.
I can never tell you guys.
No, I agree. With me, you can't. And there's also that Druid Alderath. That one I did get wrong.
The druid, you never got a name of the druid.
Ah.
Merely told, go to find the druid in the forest. Then told to visit Lady Alderleaf. If anyone would anyone like to make an intelligence check
I
to
will.
try and put 2 and 2 together? Mooney, you get the idea that maybe Lady Alderleaf might know where the druid is.
Yes.
Yeah. Just spoon feeding one thing at a time. One thing at a time, guys. Choo choo.
Here comes the plot.
Here comes the plotmobile. So, you've had a look around the Sleeping Giant Inn. It is it's not bad. It's not bad. What are you doing with the creepy gems of doom? Are you keeping them on you? Are you strewing one here? What are you going to do?
Well, it's near the beginning of the day, right?
It's probably coming up to midday right now.
We can at least get a box for the one I'm holding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
true.
I'll pick up another box for the other one. And we'll go to see Lady Alderleaf because that's in town. And we're probably going to go off to find the druid tomorrow.
Probably.
Right. With all the loot and things, does anybody actually need to buy anything apart from? Well, we're talking about fixing up this place, but does anybody need stuff? No, everyone's
Not
happy with what you
really.
got.
I mean, unless we're gonna go buy like furnishings or stuff for the party, I don't see why we need to split up the team loot. I mean, I trust everybody here. The only one I didn't trust was Ultra, and only because he was putting his fingers in my stuff every once in a while. That came out wrong. Just breeze by it. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway, so am I in the right book? I'm in the right book. I think I'm in the right book. Okay, Merrick. You get you suddenly remember. You think, does anybody need anything? Does anybody need anything? And you then remember when you were in the Lion Shield Costa, this really nice suit of splint mail that was just your size.
I did remember that, but that's what, 200?
You don't know. Give me a history check.
There'd be an easy way to find out.
They would roughly go for about that much money.
Well, that's kind of half the party's loot, isn't it?
Well, you
It's
are our
more
main
than
front
half.
runner.
I mean, you do take half the party's hits when we fight, so
We can only heal you so many times.
yeah.
Well,
And Nathan, are you allowing drinking potions as a bonus action?
Drinking a potion yourself, bonus action. Giving it to someone else, full action. Let's go with that.
So we can give Merrick. We have 4 healing potions. I mean, if you want to just soak up a lot of damage, I don't mind giving you extra money to get up this splint mail, as long as it's going to make you harder to hit and more resilient to damage.
I'm just seeing Mooney standing 1 square back from Merrick now, and just every round just pouring a healing potion down his throat. Or maybe you're going to fashion one of those hats and you just get 2 healing potions either side of straws.
don't you have funnel at the back so Moody can go and pour them in?
I need fuel. Glug, 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 glug. Popeye with a healing potion. So.
I've become asterisk.
If you would, you can head over to the Lion Shield Costa and look for some armor. You can head to Lady Alderleaf. You can go to Neverwinter if you really want to. I don't care. What do you want to do?
I think if we're down a party member, getting some armor wouldn't be a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. so we can get a box.
I would appreciate that, but yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So you're getting it?
I did see that. It did
I-
look more than.
I shell out 220 gold pieces because I don't know exactly how much it's going to cost, so that's how much I give to him out of the party loot.
Okay, so just for speed's sake, Merrick, you pop over the line. She'll cost you gain one lock box, similar to the one you attained before, and one set of splint mail. It costs you 205 gold.
Okay. Right, I will come back with shiny new armor. Look what I've got! Oh, and a box for you, and some change, and I shall put in some of my own personal gold because I've got new armor, and it's dwarf. Look, it's got a dwarven stamp on it.
It looks very shiny.
It is.
I'm gonna lock away the evil gemstone thing and then hold up the key for either Ragnar or Mooney because they're the only ones not holding a piece of the puzzle.
I'll take a piece. I'll take a key.
So, I'm giving back 15 gold of what you gave me, and I'm also adding 50 from my own. So you're getting 65 back.
Okay.
Okay, so Merrick, you run up to one of the rooms and you swap your armor out. Takes you about 10 minutes, but you doff the chainmail and don the splint mail, and you now have one additional AC.
Okay, I'll be doing that in a moment. The rest of you do stuff. I will be playing with Roll20.
Okay, so while Merrick is donning his armor, is there anything else you guys want to do, or anywhere you'd like to go, or are you just going to wait for him and then head off?
While he was getting the armor and such, I was playing about with my alchemist set again.
What were you trying to do?
Since our discussion last time, I was just doing a little bit of experimenting. We got the healing potions, and I was going to try and see if I could replicate a very weak healing potion.
Okay. Give me an alchemist check with disadvantage.
Could I assist?
You can assist to bring it to normal.
Yeah, I mean, I have proficiency with the alchemy set, so...
So do I.
Okay, so you
okay,
both
so-
work together on this one. Ragnar, give me an alchemist roll, just standard.
I've got alchemist supplies. Will that work?
Yeah, that's it.
That was a 5. What the fuck?
You get the idea that you study the healing potions. You try to do some experiments to replicate their effectiveness, but you kind of get the sense that healing potions are a little bit more than alchemy.
No, I know. I'm just experimenting with this. I wasn't expecting anything. That's just what he does.
You learn a little bit, but you learn this is not something that you can replicate with ease,
Okay.
if at all.
Well, you come up with something that it does heal you, but it does the same amount of damage.
Okay.
As Gina and Ragnar are playing with their alchemy set, I look over to Natari and ask her if she wants to come with me to I want to go to the Stonehill Inn first to grab a beer, but then I want to see if they have any maybe leftover tables or chairs, just anything to fill this empty space in the middle of this gigantic room.
This is all while Merrick's out, right?
Yeah.
I'll go with him.
It's playing with his armor.
So this is kind of what's happening when Merrick's getting and donning the armor. So Mooney and Natari, you head over towards the Stonehill Inn. It's about lunchtime at this point, and it is pretty busy. The tavern is relatively full. You can see Toblin and rushing around with drinks and plates of food and stuff like that. He sees you as you walk in, and he gives you a wave and a smile. He said, "Oh, I'll be with you in a minute, friends."
Yeah, we'll just take a couple pints and we're gonna take this booth right over here.
Go for it. I'll be right over. So you guys sit down. You sit down at the table. the booth. You sit down at the booth. It's only a couple of minutes before Toblin comes over. 2 big frothing mugs of ale and pops them down on the table. As you go to give him some gold, he just waves his hand. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Don't worry, we'll leave it underneath the seat when you leave. But we'll take a couple of the specials for lunch, and if you have any information about, we had to give up one of our compatriots recently. Unfortunately, he wasn't really, jiving with the party too much. So we're actually looking for some assistance. And if you come across anybody that's, worth his salt, send them our way.
Specifically, someone who can fight.
Someone who can fight, you say? Oh, we had a... I call him a gentleman. He wasn't really a gentleman. Passing through about 2 days ago. Didn't say where he was heading, but he was big.
All right. Well, I mean, obviously we weren't here a couple days ago, but if you do see anybody coming around and we're in the area, just send them our way.
Of course. I'll keep my eye out, and if anyone looks like a capable adventurer, I'll send them over to you.
Thanks, Toblin.
That's all right. And 2 specials coming right up. And he darts off.
So, I mean, what is your thoughts on Ultron? And I turned to Natari and I'm talking to her. I mean, he didn't really affect you too much, and we've only known him as long as, a few days. But still, like, how do you do that to somebody else? How do you go through their things and play tricks on them? And it's just, I don't get it.
I understand if it's to survive. He was doing it so that he would have a good life, so I understand that. But he stole off from my person, and I couldn't forgive that.
No, it's shameful. I pick up my my mug and I cheers, and hopefully the next compatriot we get will be more of a team player. I mean, clink the glass.
I sip at mine.
I think that was before I was here, right?
It was, yes.
At some point, you're going to hear ching, ching, ching heading your way.
Okay, so about 10-15 minutes later, Toblin brings back 2 lovely-looking, appears to be some kind of pork chops, and pops them down. Nice bit of gravy, probably not. Anyway, Brain, he puts food down to you. It looks good. He just gives you a wink and heads off again.
We finish up our meal, and unless Natari, you have anything to do here?
Nope. Just make sure I eat all my food.
Yeah, right. So we finish up our meal, and as we're finishing up, what I want to do is put like 10 gold coins in like a napkin and kind of twirl it up a little bit, and then I'll light fire on the top of it. So he has to like pat it out, and as he's patting it out, he'll actually get to the gold coins.
Clever.
Why not for what he's giving us?
I mean, I don't think you've ever paid for a drink in this town. Just saying.
It's fine.
So, Mooney, you set fire to it very lightly, and you head out and you give him a wave, and he waves back.
Yeah, you'll want to be putting that out like anytime now. And we had
He looks over, and
the tavern burns down.
He only just notices the small stream of smoke waffling up from the table. He runs over and wait, what did tink tink. He gives you a knowing. As you head out, you can hear a knowing chuckle as the door shuts behind you, and you guys head out. Heading back towards the Sleeping Giant.
Yep.
Okay, head back to Sleeping Giant. And by this point, Merrick is clinking down the stairs, looking very proud of himself, with his new set of shiny armor. Ragnar and Gina are finishing up with some strange vials and stuff, packing away the alchemist supplies. And you conveniently all come together, and you all happen to finish your stuff at the same time. It's really amazing.
Hey, look at this armor. You know, this is the first set of armor I actually bought. It's nice. I mean, it's good when they give you stuff and things, but this is the first one I've actually bought.
And with money we earn, even.
Hey, yeah, oh yeah. Yes, yeah. Right, do you think it looks alright? Do you think it makes me look fat? Alright, maybe I'm a bit fat, but never mind.
That sounds like a question you can't really answer, right?
You ask the question, Merrick, and the room just kind of looks at you, like, you kind of look at each other, they look back at you. No one really answers you. You have your answer.
Bloody date again.
You're not fat, Merrick. You're
Big boned.
muscular. Okay, so where would you like to go? Heading off to Alderleaf Farm by any chance? You are welcome to go anywhere you like, but is that where you're looking to head as a group? Oh, apparently Ragnar was complimenting you. You're not fat, apparently, so it's okay. Merrick, you gain 1 point of self-esteem. Okay, so you guys get your stuff together and you start to head over towards Alderleaf Farm. And on that note, I'm just going to say a quick 2-second break because I'm nearly finished my bottle of vodka. I mean water, and I really need the toilet. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Feel free to grab drinks.
If that was actually vodka, then we'd all have stuffed animals by now.
Who says that you don't?
Merrick's still working out what to do with that thing.
Put it on your bed.
I forget our own Crispy Keith, but that's a different story.
So quiet.
Yeah. I'm going to restart Roll20 1 second.
Now's a good time.
Yeah. Just, it kind of freezes from time to time.
Understandable.
Back.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Gina's back in the room. Which the Roll20 being as good as Roll20 is, I haven't actually seen you at all the entire session.
Yeah, okay. I can see you all, but you are all frozen to me. And now some people are actually coming to life. It's interesting.
And all I can see is, I just see a picture of Corey's crotch. It's lovely. Something to wake up to. Corey? Just thanks for the nice crotch shot there with the webcam. It was much appreciated.
You're welcome. Only for you, baby.
Anyway.
A whole different kind of role play.
What me and Corey get up to at the weekends is none of your business. Just to clarify, what we do get up to the weekends is hardcore games of Jenga, apparently.
Hey, that was a fucking intense game of Jenga.
There were several intense. I'd never seen Jenga be so intense. It was quite interesting.
Because you were sloshed.
I'm always sloshed. I'm a very high-functioning alcoholic.
Did once watch a particularly stupid game of high-risk Jenga. They had metal Jenga pieces and it was on a glass table.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh wow,
What could possibly go wrong?
that doesn't sound like a good life choice
Yeah,
No,
for
they,
the owner of the glass table.
they get what they deserve there. It's Darwinism.
Yeah. Let them carry on. Okay. Harbour, are you there? Harbour. Well, it does actually make a difference if he's there or not. Okay. So, bringing us back in, so you guys head down towards Old Leith Farm. You can see from as you kind of whip your way around, heading past the Town Master's Hall. You can see behind the back of a relatively large, what appears to be farmhouse, several recently ploughed fields. As you walk up to the house, you can see it's a very nice, very picturesque house. Little flower buckets outside of the windows, and nice hanging baskets outside. It's very pretty and very flowery. As you approach, the door is currently shut, and you're unsure if there's anyone home.
I suppose we should knock.
For sure.
Yeah.
Is there like a bell or anything to ring?
There is a small
Not
bell.
like a doorbell.
There is no bell, but you surmise that knocking on the door may work.
Merrick is
You wanna-
looking slightly self-conscious and jingling more than usual and trying not to.
You did
You
take the
look
chainmail
nice,
off, didn't
relax.
you? I just imagine he's got chainmail underneath the splint mail. It's just jingling all together. Okay, so the
Kind of binds in odd places I'm not used to.
So the rest of you just you're currently stood outside the farmer's house.
I walk up to the door and punch it with determination.
And Gina goes and wallops on the door. To everybody else, it's a nice simple knock. About 30 seconds pass, and then the door is opened by an old lady, probably late 50s. She opens the door. She looks around and then just looks down at you. Oh,
Hello.
hello there. Hello down there. Can I help you?
Well, yes, that's why I knocked. Hello, good afternoon. Might you be Lady Elderleaf?
Yes.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Gina.
Nice to meet you too, Gina.
Well, myself and
Jean.
this group of slightly jingling people. Old Man Ethermath sent us because we needed to find a druid in the woods, and you might know about it. As I'm telling you this, I realize it's probably kind of weird, but
You could say that. Oh, are you the people that cleared out the manor?
we are actually yes.
Oh, I heard there
I
was some
high five
strange.
Natari.
I heard there were some strange
I high
people
five
walk.
back.
Okay. I heard there were some strange people that going around that were doing good things. Would you like to
That's
come
us.
in?
We try. Well, actually, thank you. Yes, sure. Better than talking at the door. And
Yes, and she kind of opens the door and leads you in, and you head into a very cozy, like, sitting area. She says, take a seat, I'll get some tea. And she toddles off into the back room, and you're all kind of sat there when you go into the face for the first time and you're not really sure what to do. It's almost like you're in a waiting room. It's a little bit awkward. You just kind of sit there for about 2 minutes.
Merrick looks at the furniture, looks at the armour, and decides he'd better not sit on anything. It might collapse.
I climb into the nearest seat.
Okay, there are a few nice like armchairs, a few stools around. There's plenty of chairs, but Merrick opts to stand. Probably a good idea. A few minutes later, Lady Oldleaf comes back in with a nice tray, several little china cups, and a nice teapot with a frilly tea cozy over the top of it. She puts it down on the table, and she then pours each of you a cup of tea. There's a small little thing with sugar cubes and a little pot of milk, and you all make yourselves a lovely cup of tea. She says, so, it was Edamath that sent you. Is that what you
He
say?
did. Yes.
And you're looking for who, you say?
A druid in the woods.
May I ask why?
Oh,
Well, you may, but the answer is kind of complicated.
It's okay, I've got time. And she sips on her tea.
Oh dear, I'm not good at this. Well, here's the thing. We found a number of items, and we think that this person might help us identify them. Because, well, you can see that I am inclined towards the arcane, but well, I'm kind of still learning. So
yeah. We could tell you more about the items, but you probably don't want to know.
You're probably
we don't
right,
really know
dear.
all that much about the items. So
I see. Well, old Radoth's been around for a long time. He probably knows he's lived in this area for centuries.
that would help.
If you found some old strange things, I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to help you.
Right, is he an elf or a dwarf? I didn't think you humans lived that long.
Oh, he's an interesting fellow. You'll find out when you meet him.
And with this person, I mean, do you know him personally, or?
He's a friend. He's helped me out a few times, and I him.
Right, so he's trustworthy, you would say. I mean, someone we can actually talk in confidence.
Of course, he trustworthy. Yes, a little bit eccentric. Also, yes, but he's a good man.
I come from the Alchemist Guild. Eccentric is kind of what we do.
I see.
Did he used to adventure with the Eldermath chap?
Not that I'm aware of. No. Old Radoth. He looks around the area. He protects the forests. You know, as druids do.
Actually, I don't. I'm kind of new around here.
Druids protect forests. Kind of their thing.
No. Yeah, I'm more mountains. Yeah. Don't really do much with trees.
Well, we'll be
Thanks.
very respectful with the forest.
That'd be good. I saw him got mad once. It wasn't pretty.
That means no fires, Gino.
I don't set things on fire for fun.
Yes, you do.
Well, usually. Well, okay, sometimes. Okay, fair enough.
Yes. Fire would be very bad. I suppose you're looking to go and find him then?
You know where he is?
I spoke
Well,
to him not
you know-
long ago, actually. He said he was heading up to the old ruins of Thunder Tree, to the north of it, not far from Neverwinter, actually. Something about a disturbance in the force. He's off to look into it.
Oh dear.
Some strange goings on up there, but he said he was going to investigate.
Hey, where's this Thunder Tree and what can you tell us about it?
Well, it was an old village. Like I say, it's not too far from Neverwinter, just over to the east a little bit. It probably about 50 years ago, maybe less, maybe more. I can't quite remember. It was basically destroyed. A volcano took it out, actually. Not a pretty sight. But yeah, it's pretty abandoned right now.
Yeah, volcano's nasty business. You've got to be careful managing one of those.
I wouldn't mind visiting one.
There's the mountain range just above Neverwinter, if you didn't know. There's the Hotanel Mountains. That's a known active volcano. I'm pretty sure it was that caused the Thunder Tree incident, actually. But ask Gradoth, he'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, volcanoes are dangerous things. Once you got them under control and managed, they're great. You can have really good hot spas and things, but you get them wrong and they kind of go bang and everybody dies.
Quite.
You make very good tea. Do you have the recipe for the...
It's an old family recipe, actually. I don't know if I could give it up. Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
No, it's an old family recipe. Grandma would kill me if she was still alive.
No, I quite understand. Family recipes are an important thing to keep in mind.
I jump in and say, "Oh, please!" But if you don't give it to her, she may actually die. She kind of needs this stuff to live, and I use deception.
Okay, roll me a deception check.
Merrick's just standing there looking confused, going, "What's he talking about? He's being weaned again."
Oh, I didn't know.
It's a very serious condition. She doesn't like to talk about it. If she's gonna elbow me later in the stomach, I'm sure. But I'm not bashful, so I'll ask about it if she ever needs it.
Of course, and I'll write it down for you. And she scuttles off and she writes down this little recipe, and she hands it over to Eugenia. And it seems to be a herby recipe of lavender and chamomile and various nettles.
I am going to say thank you very much, and thank you, Moni, for reminding me of that. And I'm going to pat him in the knee. And is there a chance for me to try to electrocute him just a little bit?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I don't want to kind of damage him in somebody else's house, but
Static shock.
yeah.
Okay. Gina, you kind of just give him a quick knock, and you send the tiniest little spark. And Mooney, it's almost like you've just been static shock. You kind of jump very slightly from it. Take no damage.
Do you want me to restrain myself or anything? Like if I want to hold it back, can I make a deception check or something?
Give me a Constitution saving throw. As she hits you in the leg, your leg just snaps out, like you just hit a nerve or something like that. Just
very reflexive.
Yes.
Oh, are you okay? Would you like me to make you some tea?
Oh, you're ridiculously powerful, Gina.
I think I just saw a spark there between you two.
You could say that.
Merrick's finally caught going, "What? Oh, face palm."
Anyway, if there's
God
anything
bless.
else that I could help you with, I have a farm to run.
Have you ever heard of the name Sir North?
Cerno.
No? Should I have?
Okay.
Do you know if
Not that
there
I'm aware
are...
of.
Are there any
Radolf
libraries?
does. He's been around here for a bit, hasn't he?
Say again, Ragnar.
I asked if there were any libraries or anything like that around.
If you're looking for a library, you'd probably best look in Neverwinter. Don't have any here.
I think it may be worth our time to check a library or something like that for this name.
Probably. I support that idea.
We can't just keep going around from word of mouth from everyone.
Anyway, is there anything else that I can help you with? Any other general inquiries?
No, I think
Would you
we,
like to
we
know
should probably
tomorrow's
let
weather?
Well, actually,
Where could we get furniture from around here? Our friend Mooney would like some furniture.
No.
And
She's
your
gonna say
house,
Neverwinter again.
your house is
Your
very
house is
lovely.
very well decorated.
Oh, Why, thank you. Most of this stuff I did ordered in from Neverwinter. However, I'm sure Barthen might be able to, or might be able to help you.
That's a wonderful idea. Thank you very much. We actually know Barthen quite well.
That's good to hear. Any other tourist information?
I reach into my pouch and pull 2 silver out of the loot and leave it on the saucer tray that's right there with the sugar as I take another cube and pop it in my mouth and leave.
Okay,
I think she's kicking us out.
She doesn't say anything, but she just smiles at you.
Merrick looks quizzically at Ragnar, going, "Is that a human tradition?"
No, not really. He seems to do this with a lot of women, from what I can gather. I think it's his way of paying for their services.
I don't.
As soon as you say that, Lady Ormsleaf and give you a dagger's look.
I think she's kicking us out.
We will quietly leave at this point. You've been really helpful. I think we'd best get out of your way.
Yeah. And if
I
you
agree.
ever need any help, we're around. So we're happy to help you as well.
You're too
Bye.
kind, Gina.
Thank you.
Good day.
Yeah.
I tip my hat and leave.
The
Thank you
fedora
for the
comes
tea.
out again. As you all depart Lady Oldleaf's farmhouse.
We're close to the jail, right? Where Ultron is?
Is in the town master's hall, so underneath. So you're relatively close.
So we'd be walking past it on the way back.
As we're walking past it, I do look over at the hall and just kind of watch it. And if like there's a door or a window that's open that I can look through that might have Ultron like in the cell I'd like to look through.
Unfortunately, the dungeon is underground, and you don't see any entrances, any windows, or anything like that.
Fair enough. Well, I'd look longingly at the hall as we walk past.
Yeah. As we're walking along, I go, "Do you actually want furniture? Isn't that a chap who does woodworking there?"
Yeah, I would assume he's got stuff hanging in the window.
By the power of, well, you don't know it's a woodworker, it's just a house.
Well, one assumes that if he is selling stuff, I would think he would have things in front of it. That's hence the comment. But if he doesn't, he doesn't.
There's
Or if there
nothing
are wood-
hanging outside of it.
Are there wood shavings outside his house?
No, there are no wood shavings.
Can I make a
Is he
survival?
perhaps working on wood in the back of the house? Like we
Oh
can't
my
hear him. Like I'm just kidding.
Is there a sign?
There is a
There's a
sign. Look.
Oh my.
Anyway, moving on from that. Like,
Someone's
Nitari, I
happy
got you that
DM.
box. Are you going to keep the key, or are you going to give it to somebody? I mean,
Ragnar.
I gave it to Ragnar.
Ragnar
I've
has
got-
the
Ah,
key.
right.
So, where would you like to go? Bunch of miscreants.
Well,
It's
we've got this-
a very early afternoon right now, so I mean, there is nothing to stop you heading and probably doing about 6 hours worth of travel north. Based on the location on the map where Lady Oldleaf has pointed, it probably take you about 2 days to reach Thunder Tree, roughly.
I would say that we just we head to Barthen's, maybe not for furniture, but to gather up any provisions that we might need to travel, because it looks like we're practically
Yeah.
going to Neverwinter.
Yeah. And
Well-
I think it would do us good to sleep in an actual bed for a change.
yeah, I'm all for this adventuring lark, but I kind of want to bed the armory, and it's chafing a bit, and I'd like to be in a bed for a bit, just for a night.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of a little bit new at this camping business. I found these bloody nettle things. You wouldn't believe what they get to.
Anyway, as Merrick goes into far more personal detail than any of you would like to hear, you head over to Barthen's Provisions. Is there anything in particular you're looking to buy?
I'm going to get 10 days worth of travel rations just in case we need them.
Okay, that'll set you back a gold.
I would like to get flammable liquids. Like,
Gina, we cannot trust you with flammable liquids.
Quiet,
I'm
Ultron, you're not here.
going to do anything with
I
them.
know.
I mean, I just like, I don't know, a couple of vials of, I don't know, resin and weapon oil and tar or something like that to experiment a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you can get
think-
yourself where's it gone? Sorry, I'm just looking for the right item. You can get a flask. You can get yourself a small flask of oil.
Okay, that will do.
That'll set you back. You can get one of those for a silver piece.
Okay, well, I'll get, I don't know, half a dozen or something like that.
Okay,
6 of
let's
them.
just say you get half a dozen for a gold.
Okay.
Anyone else want anything particular?
More alchemist supplies.
Doesn't sell alchemist supplies.
And does he
Uh,
actually have furniture?
Doesn't have any furniture, but you do ask around a little bit, and he does tell you that he could order some in if you wanted to on his next shipment.
Well, it seems that we're actually headed to close to Neverwinter anyway. Perhaps if you need us to stop by your brother's place and maybe drop something off for you if you need anything done.
I've not got anything going back there. It's generally him coming to me, actually. And I'm not due a shipment for a little bit, but if you want
Perhaps
some
a
stuff...
letter.
I mean, if you want some... The only reason I can send him a letter, but if I'm sending him a letter, it's only to order your stuff. So if you're going there anyway...
Fair enough. Well, I mean, we'll be seeing him in a couple days, I guess. We got to do a project first, and I look around at the party. But then after that, we could probably head to Neverwinter. I mean, I don't see why not.
Well, if you tell him... If you do see him, tell him he owes me for the statue. He'll know what you mean.
Fair enough. He still owes you for the statue. You got it.
Yeah. The rest of you, is there anything else? So you got oil, rations, anything else anyone wants to procure while you're here?
Do we have enough torches for Ragnar?
He's
For
not
the
thrown
future.
any yet, so I think he's okay.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Yeah. Does anyone have any... We did seem to have a problem with Ragnar not being able to see. Has anyone got any ideas of something a bit better than the torches he throws around?
I mean-
I know you can get certain vials that glow. I know that. If you can get vials that hang around your neck. I've heard things about them.
So
Could we make that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it
Something to
could
keep
be
in mind.
interesting.
that would be like an alchemy type thing, wouldn't
Yeah.
If only we knew alchemists.
Yeah.
If
we
only
could
we had
spend the
two,
evening trying.
it? Yes.
if only we
It
had
might
two
be a bit-
proficient alchemists in the party.
Yeah, it might be like a bit safer than some of the other things you've been doing of late.
You can try. Okay. So are you done shopping at Barthen's?
Yep.
Okay, so you get all your supplies. Heading back to the Sleeping Giant, I assume, or is there anything? So okay, until the
Wait,
end of the day,
sorry, is there a tent? Is there a tent at Barthen's?
There is
a
a
tent.
There is a tent. There are many tents. Would you like a tent?
Should we consider getting a tent or some sort of station to
Or a cart.
sleep in?
I would assume that you guys already have tents, mainly because the map that I put you on had tents on it. You didn't find them, so you all have tents.
Okay, we have tents. Never mind.
Yeah, but do we want a cart and maybe procure a horse? Barthen, do you have any idea where we might be able to get mounts?
Ooh, there aren't any stables around here, unfortunately. All we've got is the mules that plough the fields and stuff. Neverwinter might help you.
Actually, Ragnar, I've been meaning to talk to you. Like, I now get the idea that you've probably been doing this stuff for a bit longer than I have. So, what sort of stuff do you normally take with you on this? I'm a bit, like I said, I've been around a bit, but I'm a bit new at adventuring. I've never had a tent before I came on this.
I tend to live off the land. To be fair, it's more of a go out, catch a rabbit. So I like sleeping in trees, but I'm not very graceful, so that doesn't work very much. You generally just tend to need stuff like pitons, torches, a tinderbox, rations, blankets, sleeping
Well, we've
bag.
got our own little tinderbox here.
Yeah. I can actually make more if you actually need a way to start a fire without me.
As well as that, some holy water would be nice. I haven't got any holy water.
But seriously, adventures sleep in trees? Is it
That
really?
that doesn't sound right.
No.
Well, if you have 7 zombies underneath you that can come and eat you in the middle of the night, where's safer, on the ground or in a tree?
So
In
only
my
about dead
case,
zombies
on
is
the
safer.
ground.
Exactly.
Does Barthen have any hammocks?
Barthen does not have any hammocks.
We can make hammocks out of ropes and sheets anyway.
With survival?
I'm sure you could try and craft a simple hammock.
What's a hammock?
I'll show you what a hammock is, and I rummage a sheet and some rope from Barthen's and ask him if I can try to craft a hammock.
Some canvas?
Yeah. Merrick's sitting there looking really skeptical at this, going,
Can I try
People
and craft a hammock?
do this?
I'll
can't
assist if
tra-
you'd like. I could
You trying to
survive
craft a hammock in the middle of Barthen's shop?
I'm trying to ask him if I can craft a hammock.
it.
Yes.
No, we'll go back to the sleeping giant. We'll purchase
You're
the
asking
canvas
Barthen
and rope
if you
is
can
useful.
Yeah.
craft a hammock. Barthen goes, I don't know, can you craft a hammock?
I can
Oh,
try.
we're gonna
I have
craft a
things
hammock.
To craft
You
a
know
hammock.
what? Barthen looks at you and goes, you can try.
No, I'm asking him for the provisions to craft a hammock.
He gives you a tarp and some sticks.
I have an idea. Bartram, you've had adventurer types come here through before, right?
Aye.
What did they buy?
Adventuring supplies.
Well, have that then.
Do you have like a kit of adventuring supplies or something
Yeah.
like that?
You
Are
already-
they-
Well,
You
whatever
already
it is, we'll have
adventurous.
that.
He goes,
You
well,
have-
you can have this explorer's pack. It comes a bundle. It's got all the stuff that you need. And just shoves it across. It'll be 10 gold for the lot. It's like a goodie
I'll
bag.
have one of those.
Excellent.
You already have that stuff.
Merrick,
I don't.
You,
I'll pay for it.
Merrick, you take hold of this bag and you hand over the 10 gold and you look through it and it's a direct copy of everything that's in your bag right now. You've just
No.
doubled your inventory.
I point out the fact that Merrick really didn't have this stuff because he's an idiot.
Oh, okay.
If you didn't have this stuff, then you would have been sleeping very, very rough. Like, on the ground, just like, it's time to camp, and you just lay down on the floor and go, well, this is a bit shit, isn't it?
Merrick had whatever came with the actual the
Character?
tent supplies that came with the wagon. He literally had no adventuring gear.
Yeah. I have a scholar's pack.
Anyway, moving on. He's now got some.
You gain a goodie bag of adventuring kit, which happens to be one explorer's pack. It costs you 10 gold.
Right.
With that, you also got the supplies to the hammock, and most of your provisions come in at that 10 gold, apart from the flask of oil and the rations, which you paid for separately.
I'd like to go back and try and craft a hammock with Mooney, just for the lols.
You do know how
As
hammocks...
he's
So, just hear me out here. You do know how hammocks work, right? They tend to connect
One,
to
two,
things.
Yeah, but we can at least craft the hammock first and then connect it to something afterwards.
A hammock
Well,
is just
we
a
have a
sheet
board.
with some holes in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have holes in it at the minute.
Okay.
Merrick's ignoring this and going through and finding out what's in his pack.
Ragnar, give me a survival check with advantage to craft a hammock.
We could put a hammock in the porch.
Ragnar, following Gina's suggestions and Mooney's steady hands, you do indeed craft a hammock. The only place that you could find to craft this hammock was between the two bars on the porch of the Sleeping Giant Inn. So you now have a hammock laying over the steps leading up to the Sleeping Giant Inn. It's
I
very
roll up the
comfortable.
I roll up
What?
the hammock and put it in my bag.
You have now gained
I look at
one
it.
hammock.
I look at it and strangely feel the urge to buy a banjo.
You have gained one hammock, young Ragnar.
That's going in my inventory.
During the hammock crafting experience, is there anything anyone else wants to do?
I left to go buy cider.
Okay, Neftara, you go and you get a nice big cast of cider. Probably has about 10 pints in it. It costs you 2 gold from Mr. Edamath. Unless, are you looking for a conversation with Edamath or just the cider?
Just the cider.
There
I heard
you
it was
go.
good.
Shut up, Alexa. My echo is going off for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, you gain a cast of cider. It probably contains about 10 drinks. Okay. So you spend the most of the afternoon with your various errands and tasks. Merrick cataloguing your bag. Mooney and Ragnar fiddling around with your hammock experiences. Nithari having a wander around buying the cider. Gina, is there anything in particular you wanted to try and do?
Can I try to make a glow stick with my alchemy set?
Make me an alchemy check.
This is with intelligence or?
Yeah.
I don't know if I calculated this right, so
It's doing it's +5, which is fine. That's fine.
okay.
Okay. Using your alchemist kit, you brew a luminescent substance that, when aggravated, produces a dim light. It's not quite as bright as a torch, but it also does not burn either. So, and if left for about 10 minutes, the liquid kind of settles down and then ceases to glow. It will produce 10 feet of bright light and 10 feet of dim light.
Okay. I hand it over to Ragnar with my compliments.
I thank Gina as I thank it. Sorry, I forgot Gina's name for a second.
You know, at some point, Gina, I'll trouble you for the recipe of that. I have an idea that might be really useful stuff to have in a mine.
Gina, you
Really?
have no idea what the recipe is. You just kind of did stuff and it happened. Very difficult to replicate. But with enough trying, it might work.
But no rush. But when I head back home at some point, I can see that'd be a useful thing for the lads.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep trying. I like doing this stuff. Actually, I was wondering, do you dwarves do mining and things like that, right?
We do that. We do that really well.
Right. Would you happen to use explosives when you do that?
Aye, well, the runesmiths kind of do that. They have a knack that they kind of. I've never really been part of it, but they kind of draw this symbol on things and then tell everyone to leg it, and a bit later it blows up.
So,
right.
Just
Tell you what, we'll
go on.
compare notes.
Just a little bit of world building. So, for those of you, you'll know this, Gina. Explosives in the form of, say, black powder and stuff do not necessarily exist in this world. Certain alchemical concoctions, such as alchemist fire, can produce small pops, but mainly the fire effect.
Yeah.
But
I was thinking more along the lines of maybe something flammable that can be set on fire at a distance or something like that.
yeah, that's fine. But explosives themselves, the only form of explosive that you've even heard of is, as Merrick said, dwarven runesmithing has been known to produce more of an explosive effect.
Okay. I was thinking more along the lines of, because I couldn't think of the word, more like Greek fire or something like that, you know, like something flammable that you can just set on fire.
Which is pretty much alchemist's fire in this universe.
Yeah, okay.
Which is what you made a vial of before.
Okay.
generally speaking, miners don't like to have lots of things on fire in mines, as you tend to get gas in them.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll exchange the glow sticks for the runes. I'll do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that one of the lads will might be able to help you with that. It's not my area, but I know that we have some people who they do that. I've never seen how they did it, but I've seen the effects. It's really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, kind of controlled fire. That would be interesting, especially considering that some people appear to be uncomfortable with spells that, yeah.
Explode.
Yeah.
Okay, so as a group, is there anything else that anyone wants to do before settling down for the night?
General chat over past things, and well, looks like we've got ourselves in a lot of trouble. We're all agreed that we're going to go and look into this creepy box thing. Maybe a bit stupid, but bear in mind that things didn't go so well with our former comrade. Well, kind of. Why are we doing this? I mean, I know why I'm doing it. I'm just wondering why. What's bringing you along on this?
Well, at this point, I would say that, those things are nasty, okay? They're nasty magic. I don't know what they do, but they are nasty. And, okay, partially, I don't think that the kind of person who wants that is the kind of person that should have it. And partially, I really want to know what they are.
Oh. All right, well, I totally agree that whatever these creepy things are and whatever they're up to, it's not good for any of us. Yes, those culty people, they generally, they ruin everybody's lives. So whatever they're doing, I think I should be part of trying to stop it. And
It feels like there's something more sinister sat behind it as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be something demonic or more of a devil sat behind things, I think.
And yeah. Well, I'm doing it because I think if we've got dwarves in this area, if it doesn't affect us now, it'll affect us sooner or later. I'm doing it for them. That's why I'm doing it. And you're saying it's demonic. Why do you care?
Now, I would hesitate calling it demonic or infernal or whatever you want to. We don't really know the source of this thing's energy. If there is a chance that it's demonic or infernal, that's great. I mean, that is one of the explanations, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it is the explanation. I can do a lot of crazy stuff, but I don't really know how I can do it. I was, bestowed this crazy power by this lunatic fae in the woods. So I'm really here just to see what I'm capable of doing. I would love to explore the potential of the book, and I hold out the Book of Shadows, and I open it up, and there's a load of information in here that I'd have no idea how to comprehend. But I feel if I continue reading it and I continue looking at the world differently, I could perhaps unlock some of its secrets. Really, this is the best kind of... I've had more enjoyment in the past 3 or 4 days with you guys than I have in all of my years back on the farm.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, I have a big family, and the thing with big families, everyone has always done the same thing as you, and they have done it before, and they have done it better. And I'm fairly confident they will have some stories to tell if we actually pull this off.
Okay. And
sorry.
Natari, you've been really quiet up until now. I mean, I know we haven't known you quite as long.
I left to go to my room.
Yeah, Nithari's not there. As you turn to talk to Nithari, she's gone.
All right. Sorry.
That's fine.
I tend to keep up with the text.
I'm doing it because it's what Gilran would have wanted me to do.
Who?
Gilran.
Have you actually told me who Gilran is?
No.
No.
He's starting the conversation.
This is him. This is him preluding to excluding his backstory.
Yeah.
But no, he hasn't told you who Gilran is yet.
Yeah.
Well,
Gilram is?
an old friend.
Vague.
Right. Okay, that's a bit enigmatic, but fair enough. Well, alright.
Yeah, that's all he gives away, and then he goes quiet.
Are you going to elaborate on that, or are you just like making enigmatic comments?
Merrick, it's okay. It's not everybody is capable of explaining their past. It's sometimes it's shadowy for some of us. I understand, Ragnar.
Alright. I'm sorry if I'm being a bit forward on things, but like I said, I'm a bit new at the adventuring thing. I spent most of my life around dwarves, and we tend to be pretty straightforward. I mean, someone says, you want to go kill him? You see, you want to go and kill him. You don't, well, whatever.
Speaking plainly, I like that.
It makes life so much simpler.
Nah, I mean,
Go on.
no. It's fine.
Okay then. So, you all finish up your tasks. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to try before heading to bed. Okay, so yes, Nithari, you do try and focus some of your divine energy into the box, similar to how you unlocked the box with the necromantic order originally. You attempt to kind of infuse the box with some kind of holy energy. It's difficult. You can't really tell if it's worked or not. You can feel like a divine energy does envelop the box and then fades. You're not sure if there's a lasting effect to it, or if this was just if it's a lasting effect, temporary effect, or any effect at all at this point. So, everyone, you head to bed. Wake up bright and early in the morning. You grab yourself some breakfast from your rations and such, ready to head out on the day's adventuring. Are you? Is there anything else you'd like to do in town, or are we heading to Thundertree?
I think we're heading to Thundertree.
We are.
Okay, let's pop you on the map. Okay. So if you give me 2 seconds while I just undo Thundertree. Just give me a sec.
I take it in the morning we had no answers to our advertisement, so to speak.
Thundertree.
Not that you're aware of. Toblin didn't say anything. So, as a group,
Just real quick, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Before we leave, I would like to run over to the Shrine of Luck really quick and donate a gold, and I'll mark that down in a second. But I also want to take out a piece of parchment and ink and quill, and I want to write a note to Ultron, and I'll write it down in a second, and I'll worry about that later. I'm not going to interrupt the game while doing that.
yeah, no, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Just put a note in your journal or something like that. I can pull it out there. Okay, guys. So, you head out of Phandalin, back up the tribal trail and back down the same road that you traversed not that long ago, probably about a week ago, when you first made your trip towards the town of Phandalin. A little over a week. A week being 10 days in this world, so probably was about a week ago now, roughly. You head up the tribal trail and you head along to the west until you reach the high road, traversing northwards. You travel for about a day and a half until you reach an area of the high road where you feel it's probably right to peel off towards the north. You can see a very rough, worn trail where someone may have made this journey before. You continue your journey, resting up, and you reach Thundertree. So by the night of your second day, at the end of the second day, you reach not far from Thundertree. Finish up, have your camp, finish the rest of your journey. Probably takes you a couple of hours to reach Thundertree. Ragnar. And it's probably about mid-morning, about 10 o'clock, when you start to spot on the horizon crumbling buildings, large overgrown houses of stone with ash piles of ash and char marks across the walls, but with trees and life and wildlife and vines growing out from parts of them. As you approach, you hear what you think is a roar. But not a roar, not as in it's bestial in nature. But this is not made by no creature. This is almost a war cry. As you hear sounds of battle ahead of you. As you enter Thunder Tree, you see.
Can I track? Can I tell which direction it came from?
Definitely, right in front of you. So, put you over here. So, as you enter, as you move towards the sound of this shout, this battle cry, you see this huge, massive health bar. Apparently, you see this massive creature, probably standing a good 6.5 foot tall at a guess, rippling with muscle, carrying a massive battle axe, swinging it around as two strange demonic creatures fly towards him. He swings the axe. Zatar, I would like you to make me an attack roll, please.
You seem to have a scaled token. It's either that or weird, far too big.
Leave my token scales alone.
Okay. Did you see
He's being attacked by midgets.
What am I attacking with, Nathan? Sorry.
Just a normal attack roll.
Okay.
Sorry, Mooney, for some reason your token's not fixed properly. There you go. Can you see now?
Just.
Okay.
1 second.
Take your time.
I'm trying. Just a sec. My character sheet's being stupid.
Can I see his huge rippling muscles? What?
A large half-orc stands before you, wielding a large... Are you failing still?
I am failing. Give me a second. He just rolled it for me, didn't he? No. Okay, good.
You see this large, grey-skinned half-orc.
I'm just gonna roll this.
Wielding a
Okay.
huge...
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well.
It's a hand axe, but that'll do.
Yeah,
a huge
it'll do.
battle axe swing around these two strange-looking creatures that seem to be swarming around his feet. That'll hit. Let me have a look at your thing.
I was having issues. It's loaded up now, but yeah.
Do you want to roll the proper weapon then? And sorry, it's a
Yeah.
great sword, not a great axe. My mistake.
Yeah. Did I hit axe again? No, I didn't. Cool.
There. Okay. Now that. That'll hit. Roll damage.
Yeah.
11 points of slashing damage as you bring down Zatar, as you bring down your greatsword, cutting a deep gash across this strange pygmy-like creature that has ambushed you. You hear this almost a bovine squeal of as your sword cuts a deep gash as black, thick blood spurts out from the wound. The rest of the party, you see this happening. You're not quite sure what's happening. All you can see is this half-orc warrior battling these strange, impish creatures. And to give you an idea of what you're looking at, let me open up the bestiary and show you this. There you go. So, these strange, misshapen creatures, standing only about 3 foot tall, but looking pretty nasty.
Didn't realize you had pictures of me in the morning. Jesus.
Sorry, I snuck that one in last night. Okay, so Mooney runs in and he fires an Eldritch Blast. At that point, I would like the rest of you to roll initiative.
The initiative button's not there.
Oh.
I haven't set yours up. Roll it manually from your character sheet.
Why you make me have to do things the hard way?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now I gotta find it. Oh, there it is. Found it.
Yay, someone did worse than me.
Woo! Let's have a look. Nithara's yours haven't come on the turn order. Could you just roll it again and I'll amend it?
Yep.
Just make sure you got the token selected when you do it. And we'll come to Mooney about the knowledge of what they are. We'll come to that after combat kicks in. There we go. Oh, lovely. It'd be great if you got the 14, but it's a 3.
I know, right?
Okay. So, as this goes off, Zatar. This small, impish creature that you previously attacked kind of got this thick gash down its chest, lunges at you with tooth and claw, making both a bite and a claw attack against you. 18, I believe, hits. Harbour?
Yep.
I'm talking to you.
It was 15. Yeah, it hits.
18 hits. Dealing 3 points of slashing damage as it kind of scratches across you. Doesn't hurt too much.
Ow. -3.
Gina, your turn.
I'm going to firebolt the one of the creatures.
Okay.
The one that just attacked the half-orc.
Okay.
The half-orc.
That will hit.
that-
Roll damage. As you strike, as you launch the bolt of fire against this creature, it hits and kind of spreads around it and fades off, leaving a small scorch mark, but it was not as impactful as you thought it would be. It's
I
kind
look
of
disappointed.
anything else?
No, I look very disappointed.
Mooney.
All right. I'm gonna move. There's no boxes here.
There should be.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And I'm gonna yell to the half orc. What should I yell? I'll say something like, "We'll protect you from those foul beasts," and I'll launch an Eldritch Blast at the one that he injured.
Okay, make your attack roll. Zatar, would you like to say anything back? I'll give you a reaction. And that does hit Mooney. Nice. You're muted.
Was that to shout it back at Mooney, did you say?
Yes.
I'm just going to stay quiet for now. I'm just confused by everything that these guys just randomly come from behind us.
Okay. So, Mooney, you launch your Eldritch Blast, and it strikes the creature and just turns it into a black smear across the ground as as you pulverize it into the ground.
Got one.
Zatar, you see as this random bunch of people have just ran in, launching bolts of magic towards the creatures attacking you and smearing them across the grass. He stole your kill. And with that, the creature in front of you looks down at its apparently companion and strikes out at you again with a bite and claw attack.
He's got fail.
And he
Oh,
fails
no, he
horribly
clawed me.
with the bite attack and claws you for 7 points of slashing damage.
Ouch. Weakening me. Why?
Your turn, Zatar.
Oh man, that's great. I'm gonna slash him with my. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll just go for a greatsword attack now.
That'll hit. Roll damage. That'll do it. That'll hit, dealing 12 points of slashing damage as you just carve down this creature's midriff, and you just see a bit of gut pull out and just kind of quickly stuffs it back in.
Ugh.
Not looking very healthy.
Nasty. Oh,
Anything else you want to do? Is that your turn?
that's my turn.
Merrick, your turn. You're seeing these two bestial creatures facing off, one far larger than the other.
I go, hey, we'll help him, but watch out, he's a bloody half-orc. So I go to there, and I'm going to shoot the little thing with my crossbow.
Make a shot. That'll hit. Roll damage. 6 points of piercing damage. Merrick, how do you want to do this?
Oh, just through the eyeball, just have it.
You look. The creature's still trying to put its guts. It just looks up at the last second as you twing, and you launch this bolt and just straight through its head, and it just falls backwards with the force of the impact and just twitches for a bit and then lays on the ground dead.
Call over to the half-orc. You're welcome.
Okay.
Thanks, but I don't need no help from the dwarf.
That's good, because with that attitude, you won't be getting any more.
No,
So, as combat
it doesn't look like he needed much help.
As combat subsides, you see now the form of this large half-orc creature standing before you. Give you a bit of an image. That's more of what you're looking at. Kind of the skin.
I got nothing.
You should see it on the map. Do you not see it?
Oh, that's me.
Well, I'm blind, so I can't.
Except
see.
just imagine it with a sword rather than a...
I was just checking. Can anyone else see that, or is it no? Is it just?
Yeah,
I can see it.
I think
Yeah.
his model is like mine, where it didn't have the appropriate amount of vision.
Oh,
I can't
just
see
ima-
anything at the
sorry. Yeah, let me give you. Let's do that.
Is it daylight?
Yes, thank you for letting me know you couldn't see anything, Ragnar.
Why did I not get a turn yet?
No, but you could have said I can't see.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Like 5 seconds.
Did he look at the sun too long?
Possibly. Ragnar was dazed the entire time, just looking at the shiny thing in his hand. So that's kind of an image of what you're looking at. Kind of large, muscular, almost a greyish skin, more than the green that you'd normally associate with an orc, for example. Very, very, very little in terms of armour, and wielding a large greatsword. Zatar, you turn and you see this band of misfits: a dragonborn, a dwarf, a tiefling, a human, and a halfling.
No.
Gnome. I was thinking it's either gnome or halfling. I was guessing which one, and I got it wrong. And a gnome. You'd think, have you just walked into a bad pub joke? As you look over to your apparent would-be rescuers.
Okay. I approach them and I say, thanks for your guys' help. I feel like I could have had them myself, but thanks anyway.
That's a nasty wound that you have. I turned in Atari. Do you think there's something you could do about that?
It's just a few scratches and bites. Don't worry about it.
Believe me, her touch is more than worth it.
Oh, bloody hell. I'm stomping off over towards there to get my crossbow bolt back.
I'll
I
heal
don't
him if he wants
save
it, but if he doesn't want it, I'd rather save the spell.
No, that's fine. I don't need that right now. I'm fine. It's just a few bites.
Well, what were those things? They were terrible. I mean, that one's mush, but can't we salvage some of the pieces on the other one?
Merrick's vaguely poking the dead one with the end of his sword to see.
So, Merrick and Gina, as you walk over to inspect the creatures, you do get a good look at them, or what remains of them. But just as you go to inspect further, they crumble to ash.
Oh.
Peculiar.
If anyone would like me, I will give Merrick and Gina. I will give you each a religion check to see if you can tell what these things are, if you know what they are. Unfortunately, you've never seen anything like this before.
I know what it is. It's a pile of ash.
Well,
You're not wrong.
they didn't seem to be affected by the fire. There is something wrong with them.
They were affected, but not as much.
There's something wrong with them.
So what are you guys doing out in Thunder Tree anyway?
Well, we're here of our own business. We've been exploring some leads. What are you doing? Why were you caught out with these two beasts attacking you?
I think that's personal.
I mean, right back
We're
at
out
you.
there on personal stuff too.
I get it then. I understand. I
I
understand.
hope you're heading out towards. Where was the name of the place where the orcs were?
Wyvern Tor.
Orcs. Yeah.
No, I hope you weren't heading to Wyvern Tor. Be a waste of time. If you were, you best go home.
Merrick, relax. I
No,
don't.
this-
I
This
am
guy-
where I am
He doesn't
trying
want
to get
anything to
to.
do with us anyway. I think we should move on.
I mean, we were kind of asking for someone who can fight a couple of hours ago. Well, a couple of days, I imagine.
What? You mean him?
Why not? He's big. He has a sword.
Have
I'm
you
sure
wanna
he
had
can
any
fight.
dealings with orcs?
He's. Look. He's big. He has a sword. You are getting awfully picky now.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
You never trust anyone.
That's the
I've had a
point.
few relatives who didn't get on well with orcs. I had to bury them.
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
I've heard bad things from orcs, and we just came off of one guy that looks a little bit similar to this guy.
Weird.
Zatar, do you have anything to say currently?
I say, well, I don't know who would have attacked your family, dwarf, but it sure as hell wasn't me. I've never really killed anyone. So, even as an orc, that sounds strange, but
Did you
So
not
what-
just slash that creature?
well, I said a
Gut
person.
came out.
A person. A person. I've never killed a person.
You didn't say that.
Well, he
Did
said
anyone-
anyone, not anything.
So what clan are you from?
I have no clan.
That's a bit unusual for an orc. Don't you normally just hang out in big bunches and go killing folk?
Merrick,
All right.
Merrick, we don't need to be giving him an exposition here. Like, if he doesn't want to share with us where he has been, then that's his prerogative. Listen,
He
Out
hasn't
here-
tried to hit us yet. That's not very orcish.
well, relax. Yeah, no, he's clearly not an orc. He's a half orc. But I look over at him and I say, this is very dangerous territory out here. If you are where you say you want to be, then clearly you know as much as we do. But we are traveling this way. And I look around. Are these houses, are they like stonework, or is it old rubble, or...
So as you look around, there are a few buildings. So, for example, the one just to the east of you here, which are seem relatively intact. They are all the buildings here are made of stone. This one's intact, whereas the one to the south of you here there are walls there, but they are pretty much ruined rubble walls. Just a little bit left of them. So, from what you can see right now, there are a medley of relatively intact and completely destroyed and reclaimed buildings.
All right, half orc. We are going to be proceeding on this way. I hope that this day brings you well.
Do you guys mind if I just come with you guys? I'm heading that way anyway, and if anything else pops out, maybe next time I won't be able to handle them. It'd be nice to have a few extra hands around.
That's not very orcish. What's the other half of you?
I would say not
I
being
am-
orcish
I'm-
sounds a good thing.
I am part human myself. It's a bit rude to ask someone what race they are, but
Oh my god, you can't
Whatever.
ask him if he's half human.
You know, I've never had anybody ask me what race I was.
How very 1017 of you.
anyway, my name is Zatar. Just thought I'd put my name out there so you guys know who I am.
All right.
I'm Gina, and I support the idea of someone big between me and nasty things that try to hurt me.
I'm sure you are, little one.
Well, Zatar, you're welcome to accompany us. My name is Mooney. Just, stay out in front.
Okay. I'm Merrick Mithras Battlehammer. You may have heard of that name if you're from the north.
Zatar, you don't have a fucking clue who he is.
Okay.
None
right.
of you do, actually. He says it as if he means something, but you guys not too sure.
I'm Ragnar. You won't have heard of me.
And I'm
You
Tari.
are correct there. I do not know you.
So, introductions are made, and the half-orc
Yes.
Zatar requests to accompany you on your trek through this village, though your true intentions are not known to each other. You are now free to continue exploring the ruins of Thunder Tree. Now, I will
Merrick
say at
is-
this point that, as you can see right at the top of it says 1 square equals 10 feet. That is not true. This map was designed to be 10 feet ones, but you'll probably be able to notice on the grid that there are thicker squares and thinner squares. So what I've done is I've lined it up properly so that we still have a 5 foot square squares as normal, and the thick squares just represent larger ones. So realistically, there is no difference.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
where would you like to go?
Is it daylight?
Oh yeah, it's mid-morning right now.
Can you pull off the dynamic lighting for me?
No,
Me too.
He cannot do that.
I cannot.
Because then we'll be able to see the
Because
entire
then you can
village.
see inside them. I can't give you global illumination without breaking all of my buildings,
Oh.
unfortunately. So you're restricted to your normal vision range. There isn't too much that will be outside of your 60-foot vision, to be honest. What I'll do for this situation is I'll increase all of your vision ranges to 120 feet.
Sweet.
Okay. Right, if you're coming with us, Zatar, and you're a fighter, as you say, I would suggest that maybe we should be at the front of the group to allow young support people to do what they do.
I agree. Let's head off then.
So I will head to the front. I will noticeably keep a distance between me and Zatar.
Okay.
I follow fairly closely behind, keeping an eye on him.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Zatar to catch up.
Sorry.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Merrick's going to try and keep at least a square between us.
You look at the ground and there are no squirrels on the floor.
Well, you get the idea.
5 feet.
There's a door to this hovel over here.
And apparently a broken set of dynamic lighting as well. Oh well. So Mooney, as you kind of circle around this relatively intact building, you can see what appears to be a door, a solid wooden door.
Do I see that Mooney's just wandered off away from the rest of us?
Well, you can't see him, so
Well, I don't notice then. All right, I just carry on.
just don't know where he is.
Can I see any signs of movement or recent travel here?
Make me a perception check. So you have a look around and you do not see any signs of movement. The only thing you do notice is to the building to your north. You see a weathered signboard by the door of this building. Shows a faded image of a workhorse holding a flagon of ale. The building itself is sagging and dilapidated, but it's more intact than the ruins across the road from you.
Right. Do we know what we're looking for, folks? I mean, that building looks less damaged than the others, but... Should we start there?
We might as well.
Alright. Let's stay together, Mooney. Remember what happened when you got out the front last time?
You mean when I walked in front of the trap and then you guys all fell in and then I jumped in after you?
Oh, actually, I meant the one where you walked into the orcs and he nearly cut your head off.
Oh yeah, no, that wasn't pleasant. Yeah, no, I'll stay behind.
Notice when he said the word orcs, he looked over in Zatar's direction.
Such a racist.
Oh god. He's an orcist.
So you see the building to your north is held by what appears to be a heavy wooden door.
Hey. Hey, Zatar, do you want to help us with this door? I should think it's stuck.
Yeah, let's destroy it or push it away or whatever.
Okay, so as you take a look at the door, you can see it appears to be the wood is swollen and kind of jammed itself inside its casing, its frame.
Let's give it a nice push then, as hard as we can.
Yeah. Push against it. If that doesn't work, then we get my warhammer out.
Okay, you're both doing it? Working together?
Yeah, I'll help push, yeah.
Well, Zatar, make me an athletics check with advantage.
Oh, sir.
Zatar, you just kind of grab the front door and you just rip it off of its hinges, fling it behind you.
Oh, what? That was a weaker door
Miss
than I
Tara,
thought.
you're hit with a door.
Gina, you get a flashback from past life where torches came flying. You're not quite sure where from, though. So, Zatar, and I will do the lighting in a second. As you look inside, and you can see what appears to be the remains of an old inn, but the area is filled with a thick, dense layer of ash and debris. It seems like some form of fire swept through this area. You can see the burnt out, almost the burnt out silhouettes of corpses. Kind of perched and slumped in one of the corners. As you focus and as you look in the room and you investigate around, and as the door flies away, you see the slightest bit of movement, and one of the ashen hands of one of the bodies starts to rise. As two seemingly lifeless corpses raise to their feet and begin shambling towards you. I'd like you all
Zombies!
to roll initiative.
I can't. I'm joking.
Seriously, what is with this area and undead people?
It's almost like there might be some kind of magical force that's tainting the area. My character sheet's out. Boom. Someone's rolled like 1,000 times. Nope, it's just me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everyone's rolled. Okay. So Nithtari, you hear the groans of some form of creature from within. You see slightly the shambling form of an ashen corpse staggering out of this old inn. What do you want to do?
Can I yell duck and then sacred flame it? I can see it, right?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it on my map.
Then you can see it.
Oh, okay. Then yes, I will yell duck and I will sacred flame at the undead.
Okay, you cast Sacred Flame as I get the hiccups. And the zombie
Merrick, you
will attempt
can't.
to dodge out of the way. Failing miserably, as you call this column of fire down, striking this creature in the head, dealing 5 points of radiant damage to it, and kind of lights up the room for a second, just then the light dims. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Zatar.
Yes. I am going to rule the world. No.
Would you like to rage?
I am going to rage. Yes, I was just about to say I'm going to rage.
So,
'Cause I'm
you
angry.
see this display before you, and you give yourself a bit of a slap. You beat the wound previously inflicted upon you, and the red mist distends. And all you want to do is slash. What do you want to do?
What do I want to do? I'm going to.
You don't have many options here.
No, yeah, I'm going to attack with my great sword on this guy.
Okay, move in. That's it. So make your attack. See if it works this time. That'll hit. Roll damage. Nice. You bring down your great sword, and as you do so, you carve a big chunk of ashy flesh out of the creature's shoulder. Doesn't bleed, just kind of spurts dust in your face. It's Anything else?
That is it.
Ragnar, baby.
Oh, baby. I'm going to activate my Crimson Right. I just took the health off
That's fine.
on my crossbow, and I'm going to fire at the only one I can see right now, which
Okay.
is this one.
Okay. Make your attack.
I'm going to mutter to myself, why does it always have to be fucking zombies?
You don't know it's a zombie. I think I'm getting an echo from you, Hub? No, never mind. It's
Is
not.
it me?
I don't know.
I was gonna say, I'm wearing headphones, so no sound's coming out.
I could just hear something I was trying to pinpoint, but I couldn't. It's alright. Okay, Ragnar, that'll hit. Roll damage. So you deal 11 points of piercing acid damage as your bolt impacts the creature just right in the stomach and just burns his acidy hole as more ash and dust is thrown into the air. Mooney,
I reload my crossbow.
you've already used your bonus action.
Oh, wait, yeah, I have. Never mind, that's next turn.
Okay, Mooney.
I'll take a shot at the one that's standing in the middle of the room.
Okay. That'll hit. Roll damage. 13 points of force damage. I like it.
Max.
Nice. So you strike this creature right in the center torso, and it starts to fall backwards, and then it catches itself and just snaps back into place.
Alright, and my turn.
Okay. And Tatar, the one that you struck out of, it raises a rocky fist and goes to swing at you.
Let's see if he hits me.
I've not added this properly. 1 second.
Did you say a rocky fist?
It's kind of made of like this ash and debris.
Okay.
20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
So you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 3.
Yeah.
And it just sends this cloud of ash and dust just swirling around the room. It's getting pretty thick in here.
Okay.
Merrick.
When I heard Rocky Fist, I mentally heard the theme music. Right. Having seen the orc charge in, I will go, oh, bloody hell, and go in and see what... Oh, shit! I'm gonna clonk it.
Go for it. Make your attack. Okay, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Okay, okay.
Okay. As you slash across the creature's chest, carving out another chunk of this ashy substance. As you do so, the zombie starts to fall. It tries to catch itself and it just crumbles to dust on the floor in front of you.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
That's my turn. I'm watching the orc warily.
Okay.
Stop watching me.
Dina.
Well, I am going to set on fire the only zombie I can see, which is the one in front of Satar.
Okay. That'll hit. Roll damage. 7 points of fire damage as you launch this mote of fire. It just kind of hits the creature and spreads around its body, scorching the ash. Let's go with that. But it remains standing.
Oh.
Okay. Top of the round. Merrick. Sorry. You hear to the side, right next to you, there appears to be another door. And let's do a thing. I can't stuff. Yep, that'll do. And as you watch, the door is smashed open as another one of these creatures barrels into the room.
There's another one.
Wow. Have to be it as well. Okay. Niftari, your turn.
Well, I'm going to Sacred Flame the one that just came out.
Okay.
And gonna wait for it to come up.
I'll make the dex save in the meantime.
Yeah.
It will fail, so at some point we'll do some damage.
I hope.
Is there anything else you wanted to do?
I will move forward a space just so I can see if there's anything else going on in the room.
You did do 3 points of radiant damage as this pillar of fire strikes it in the shoulder. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Zatar.
Okay. Do I just have the one hand axe, or is it?
You have you probably have 2 hand axes, I think. No, I think it was 1 hand axe and 3 javelins.
Okay, no problem. I'm just gonna slice again with my great sword.
Okay.
Hopefully killing him.
That'll hit. Roll your damage. 12 points of damage.
Great rolls these are.
Okay.
I was going to say, on textbook, I should get rolls like that too, but I never do.
You just cleave through it, and as you do, the entire body just crumbles into an ashy mess. Okay, anything else?
I am going to then move up next to Merrick,
Okay.
and I spit on the zombie.
Ragnar.
I'm going to attempt to shoot the only one I can see, which is the one in front of Merrick.
Okay, go for it.
I'm also going to pull back a little bit as I can keep my distance anyway.
That's fine.
Let's do this.
That'll hit. I take it you reloaded first.
Yeah, I reloaded first. I didn't just try and shoot an empty crossbow.
Oh fuck. Roll damage.
Not again.
16 points of piercing acid damage. Not too shabby.
I go straight for the forehead.
You go straight through the head. Zombie doesn't care. Okay, anything else?
I spit on the ground and get ready to reload my crossbow again.
Excellent. One by one, everyone just spits. Mooney, do your thing.
Alright, so I'm going to creep up here behind Natari and poke her in the sides and go boo. And then I'll reach over her shoulder and Eldritch Blast the one that came out and swung at Merrick.
Okay, cast your spell. That'll hit. Roll your damage. 11. Not bad. Okay. So, as you strike this creature in the chest, you blast a hole right through it. But it stays standing.
Do you have a picture or dossier for these?
Not these ones, unfortunately. They're just a variant of zombies. They are just imagine zombie covered in ash.
Yeah, these
Fair
are
enough.
ash zombies.
I never
right?
gave you the actual image for zombies. I did give you the image for zombies. I think it's there. But imagine that, just ashier.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Let's put a grey filter over it. Anything else, Mooney?
No, that'll be it. Well, I'll turn to Natari and say the new guy's getting pretty beat up, isn't he?
I can't see him.
That's
Oh, I
not
can't
bad.
see him. He's not getting damaged. He's fine.
That's not too bad, Corey. Okay, Merrick. Muted.
I'm gonna hit it with my sword again.
Okay. That'll hit. You strike it and you chop a good chunk out of its lower gut. It doesn't seem to care.
These damn things won't die.
Gina.
Okay, I'm going to move up to the door and hopefully set something on fire.
How do you kill that which has no life?
I'm going to turn it back to ashes if I can.
Okay, that'll hit. Roll your damage. You strike the creature, it stumbles back a step and it just moves forward into a menacing position in front of Merrick.
Damn it.
Anything else?
No, I'll stay there. I'm not scared.
Okay, Merrick, you see from the other room as another shambling corpse moves into the doorway and attempts to reach around the door and smack at you. And misses. This is where Merrick of the 20 AC becomes stupidly strong and a frustration to DMs everywhere. The one in front of you, Merrick, is going to swing again. And just the previous one you knocked away with your shield. This one you just puff your chest out, crack, and you think you see the zombie reel back. Ow! But you're not too sure. Muted. Still muted.
America's going, look! New armor works! Ha! Stitch that bitch!
Nistari, your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more time to Sacred Flame the guy in front of Merrick.
Okay. I think that's 13's your DC, so...
Yeah, it is. It doesn't hit.
Fucking Rocky the zombie just ducks out of the way. He ducks, dodges, dips, dodges and weaves. But unfortunately, he's nimble. He's nimble. Anything else?
He is the Rocky zombie.
Oh yeah. Okay, Zatar.
That's it, yeah.
Thank you, Mooney. Zatar.
I'm going to. Sorry, my mic was muted. I'm going to attack that guy with my little hand axe.
Your hand axe.
Yeah,
Hand axe is
just
a
the
ranged
hand
weapon.
axe. Oh, is it? Okay, well, I'm going to throw it in his face from
designed-
right next to me. I'm literally going to toss it point blank in his face.
Okay.
You get disadvantage.
Throw the weapon disadvantage.
That's fine. I don't care. I'm going to get it. Trust me, he's going to die.
So it hits. Roll damage.
Yeah. That was lucky. Yeah.
Your axe just sticks in his head.
Good. And that's my turn. Yeah.
Okay. Ragnar.
Sorry.
If I throw Alchemist's Fire on the floor,
You will burn most people around you.
if I ducked my head in the room and threw it, would it ignite everything in the room?
You don't know.
Can I make a straight int check to see if I can find out?
Oh, I think
You
your
know about
intelligence should just.
Alchemist Fire. You know wherever it impacts, it spreads and it will create probably a 10-foot area of flames on the ground.
Is turning zombies that are ashy into fire really smart?
Yes,
Well,
in
we've
the
been
room
shooting-
where we're in.
We've been shooting them with fire this entire time.
He's gonna kill this new guy.
As Merrick and
yeah.
Zatar just melt.
No, I'm not going to do that anyway. I'm going to shoot it.
Okay, make
For
your attack.
now.
Roll damage. 17 points of damage.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's okay.
Con saves get harder.
No. However,
17 points of damage.
the zombie
He's so
crumbles to ash as you strike him. Eventually, it's 5 plus the damage most of the time. So he's just been doing really. If if Zatar had used a proper sword rather than his axe, he may have killed him.
Fair enough.
Okay. Ragnar, you anything else?
I'm gonna reload my crossbow.
You would have done that at the beginning of your go.
Oh, we're still in initiative. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, I've phased out. Yeah, I'm gonna move in a little bit closer.
Okay. Mooney.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to hold my action until I can see a clear shot on the ash zombie that's in that room, and shoot it with an Eldritch Blast as soon as I see it.
Okay. Merrick, your turn. When you're not muted.
Well, yeah, I'll tell Merrick to pull back.
If I pull back, it'll hit me.
It'll hit you, really, with that split mail?
That's the point. All right. I will pull back and give it an opportunity attack.
So close. So close.
And I will hold
feeling
my
you're not
action
hitting
to
him for a
clonk
while.
it if it gets in range.
Okay. Gina, your turn.
Okay, okay, I'm going to hold my action as well until he comes out because I don't want to go in there.
Okay. This poor zombie steps out into the room. Eldritch Blast misses. You missed a zombie. You should feel bad. Gina, roll your attack. That'll hit. Roll your damage. 7.
7.
Not bad. The impact staggers it a little bit as it continues moving forwards. Towards you, Merrick. You get your attack. That'll hit. 8 points of damage. Oops. Ooh, can't math. As you hack out a good chunk from just its upper shoulder. As it looms down and tries to give you a slap. And as it does so, you smash it away with your shield and the hand just fucking flies off with it.
I'll teach you to fight a dwarf.
It kind of looks down at its hand. And you're pretty sure it let out a depressed sigh. Niftari.
I am going to guiding bolt him.
Guiding bolt. Very nice.
Yes. As we wait a moment for it to show up.
That's fine.
Do you have turn undead, by the way?
I do not. Not yet.
I think we can deal with one zombie. It's when we get more of them we need that.
That'll hit. Roll damage. Let's get a newspaper. 12 points of radiant damage. It's dead. The guiding bolt just flies through it, shattering through the chest, and it just explodes in a pile of ash, coating the room. Zatara and Merrick, you now have a little snow, like ashen snow, just lands all over you. You go, ooh, and then you realise, this is corpse.
You know what I really hate about killing zombies? They muck up your clothes.
I'd like to go in and inspect what was in here.
Too bad.
As Zatar turns on you and hacks your head off. And Harbour goes through his second character so far in a 7-week campaign.
I'm still to keep wary of Zatar. My crossbow is still loaded.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
And I'm going to investigate the other room.
I'm following him.
So Ragnar, as you look around, you can see now as you look around the interior, this is the remains of an old, what appears to be an inn. The main room, though you first came in, appeared to be the primary room where the bar was. You can see the burnt-out husks of old kegs, an old bar stand, and even a few ruined bits of furniture. And as you move into the second room here, this appears to be, Star, as you move forward through, this appears to be an old common room. You can see the remains of a stone hearth, a few ashen bits of furniture and things, but anything that was here was well and truly burnt. You don't find anything of any kind of value to you.
Any of the zombies, have the zombies all turned to ash?
Pretty much, they're little piles on the floor.
You can see almost like a little light bulb go off above Merrick's head, and he starts looking around the bar. He's looking for old tankards for hours.
Unfortunately, there is nothing here.
I'm going to pay respects to the ash, at least, and sort of...
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I don't know what exactly you could do with zombie ash, but I'm sure Ragnar would know what you could do with it.
Well, you can make a really nice drive with the gravel.
Mooney, there is a relatively thick cloud that's kind of just permeating the air in the general area. It's not
I kind of look at them like, why are you guys standing in the cloud of ash?
I'm trying to see what happened here. There's got to be a story behind this. You don't just get random zombies running around for no reason.
Alright, you go search for your evidence. I'm gonna hang out here.
Hey, look, I'm covered in ash. I'm a white dwarf. Ha
Are any of the other buildings burnt?
So, as you look out at the moment, you can see a number of crumbling buildings. The buildings to the south of this position have weathered far worse than the one that you've just tried out. The stonework itself shows signs of scorching and burn marks, but they are not necessarily on fire. These they're not kind of ashy. A lot of these buildings have actually started to be reclaimed by nature. You can see trees popping out of the top and several thickets and bushes in and around a lot of these buildings.
And this building, the one we just came out of, does it look burnt outside the building?
Oh, definitely, yes. You can see lots of scorch marks and bits where stone has been carved away. This building was definitely hit by the volcanic eruption that kind of engulfed this town, or whatever it was that happened here. But it may have just been a sturdier construction. Being a large tavern, a larger building, may have helped it withstand the effects.
Okay.
Like, if there's more of these things, I think we probably want to kind of approach it from the outside of the village inwards, because you go in the middle, and there's more of these things, we end up surrounded by the little buggers.
Before we do anything else, I would like to cast Mage Armor on myself from the staff, because I think we are going to continue fighting, and this lasts for a couple of hours, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like 8 hours, so you're fine.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
So Tar, why don't we do the ones near the edge of the village first? Of course, you can go that way if you like.
I'm just having a look around. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I think we should go over here.
All right, let's get heading that way then.
Well, there's a much larger building on the west side of this formation.
Aye, but if we approach it from going from the outside inwards, then we can't get hit from all sides. Probably.
So, just to follow up on your point, Mooney, what you can see to the east of you is a dense thicket of bushes and leading up on a hill upwards. So this is an upward slope, and atop of that you can see, just poking out of the top, what appears to be the crumbling ruins of a tower.
Yeah, I think this is where we need to be. Like, I don't think going into these ruins is going to do anything.
I think you're right, Mooney, but I think... Alright, Mooney's going his own way.
I think we should at least try to have a bit of a look around, see what happened here.
I think if we go straight there, we could end up surrounded, Mooney.
I feel like these guys should be put to rest too.
As they're all arguing over where they're going, I start heading over to this building just to check the entrance, because,
Keeping an eye on him, I follow behind.
Okay. You head forwards.
I will
And-
do an investigation.
It looks like it's a strange cottage. You can see cowering the shadows of an old tree is a crumbling stone cottage with no roof. Weeds and bushes and thicket run rampant around the stone floor. The once neat stone flooring.
Is there anything on the floor at all?
Not a lot. Nothing. Just
No ash or anything?
foliage. No ash here.
Alright, so there's nothing in there then. Can you see anything, mate?
I've done a check, Nathan. Do I see anything?
No, you don't see anything.
Nope.
Alright.
There's nothing else in here.
Can I
Next.
check the path for scuffles or footprints?
Make a survival check.
Magnar's on me.
I'm peering in here, and if I can't see anything, I will slowly edge into the door.
So Merrick, make me a perception check.
Do you want me to do that before or after I enter the room?
Do it now. You haven't entered the room yet. Okay, so Ragnar. You look around for signs of movement, and the only tracks you pick up are yours. And
Nice.
the scuffle that
Hi.
previously left by Zatar. Okay, Merrick, you have a look from where you are. You don't see anything. You can see a few patches of bush and thicket from where you are, but nothing else.
Okay, I can't see anything. I will go into the room.
Okay. As you move into the room, you can see in this area of the building here there is a dense, quite a thick bush that kind of encompasses the entire area. And as you move into the building, it rustles very slightly.
Okay. Sword ready. I think there's something in here.
And
Of course, it could be a...
as soon as you say that, two of those strange pygmy-like creatures dive out of the bush towards you.
Yeah.
And they rush towards you. Ragnar, as this happens, you see another, what you think might be three of them, pop out from the bushes just to the south of where you are. And Mooney,
Okay.
whereas you were exploring, one pops up right next to you as well.
Okay.
Are these the little pig creatures from before?
That's correct. Again, I would like you all to roll initiative. And Harvey, your typing's quite loud.
Soz. Love you long time.
5 minutes is not a long time.
Sorry. Where's my initiative button? Hopefully that worked.
Okay. Mooney, Merrick, Ragnar, Jin, and Zatar.
Mine's coming.
Okay. Okay. So, we'll get to yours in a second. There we go. 5. Let's put you there. Okay. Zatar, you're first to react. As you see several of these strange pygmy creatures jump out of the bush and attack you. Jump out of the bush and move towards you. Very similar to when you first entered this village and the creatures jumped out of the nearby bush to ambush you. What do you want to do?
Bush you.
I don't see them. Where are they?
Literally right behind you.
Oh my god, sorry, they blended. I was like, where
The
are
tokens
these
are.
guys?
Yeah, this is kind of gives them a bit more natural
know-
stealthiness.
I'm gonna use rage, because I have 3 rages actually, I believe.
There you go. So you
So,
go into a rage, the
so another one.
redness descends.
So I've got 1 rage left, and I'm gonna go run over to this guy and swing at him with my great sword.
Which one?
The one I'm in front of. Oh, sorry, there's 3 of them. Oh, this one.
That one. Okay, make your attack. That'll hit. Roll your damage.
Oh yeah, I'm so good at this.
So remember, so you might want to edit your sheet. You get a +2 to damage while raging, I believe.
Oh yeah.
So it's 14 points of slashing damage as you cleave down from shoulder to hip, just carving this deep gash across this creature's chest as it squeals out in pain.
How do I add a +2 on that? Is it damage 2?
I'll have a look at it in a minute for you. Okay, is that anything?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mooney, the creature next to you, darts out of the bush and swipes towards you with a tooth and claw attack.
13.
19 to hit. Will hit.
Hits.
You take 5 points of piercing damage as this creature latches onto your arm. It's not very big, it's only about 3 foot tall, but it just manages to grab onto your wrist and just gnaws on you. It's slightly painful. Zatar, the creature in front of you, next to the one you just attacked, is going to swing out to you. The bite
Hopefully he
attack
fails.
missing, but following out
Scratching
with a scratch attack, dealing 1 point of slashing damage to you.
Ooh, so painful. Oh look, now I'm ultra in space HP. Weird.
Ragnar, you didn't deactivate your
So-
right, I'm assuming, so...
No, I didn't. I kept my crossbow in hand.
Okay,
It is now. It is loaded. I checked,
that's fine.
and I'm going to go down and can I shoot the one in front of Zatar?
Yeah, that's if you can see it, you can shoot it.
Yeah, I can see it.
The angle you're at, it has a bit of cover. So it has slightly higher AC, but now you can hit it normally.
Let's do it this way.
That'll hit. Roll damage. 17 points of piercing and acid damage. And you just...
I want to shoot it like very close to Zatar, but not hitting him.
Zatar, this bolt just flies over your shoulder. It kind of whistles your hair a little bit. And Ragnar, your bolt just impales the creature straight through the chest and just stays there. It's still up, but it's got a hole in it.
I then budge back up the corner here.
Okay. Mooney.
I reload
Alright.
crossbow.
Okay, I assumed. Go on,
Okay. I'm going to pull out the Book of Shadows, and I'm going to conjure a shocking grasp and reach out to the creature and try to electrocute it.
Mooney. Okay, make your attack.
These guys have no idea what they're up against.
You reach down to this creature and he just ducks away. And you miss miserably.
And I'm going to move to that square.
Okay. Merrick.
Oh, I did want to call out and say that I've got a little pygmy monster over here.
That's fine. So, Merrick, you hear from just on the other side of the wall. Pygmy, monster, help! But you currently have 2 kind of squaring you up at the moment. What do you want to do? When you're not muted. Again, when you're not muted. Okay.
I've got 2 of them here. I'll be there as soon as I can. And what? Oh, the one in front.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss. And I'm actually going to back up a step.
Okay, it's going to lash at you with a bite attack. Failing miserably. Now your turn?
Yeah.
Okay, that very same creature moves forwards and is very frustrated with its chomp attack that completely missed. It's going to try again. It's really annoyed with itself. You're pretty sure you can hear a snigger from its mate, from the guy next to it turns and makes another that then makes a pair of attacks against you. And the other one, yeah. Nistari.
I am going to guiding bolt the one in front of Merrick.
Okay.
Someone had better go and help Mooney.
He's fine. That'll miss, unfortunately. As you launch the guiding bolt, you forget just how short these creatures are. It just sails over its head. Anything else?
That's it.
Okay. Gina.
Okay, having learned from the past, I'm going to use magic missile on the one in front of Merrick.
Okay, make your attack.
And
All
see
three
how
on
that
that one?
goes. Yes. Well, there are 2 in front of Merrick or just 1?
So from what you can only see one of them.
I can only see the 1. Okay, well then all 3 for that one.
Okay. 12 points of force damage as these 3 small beads of magical energy lash out and just strike it one after the other in the chest. It kind of staggers back for a second. Not happy. You seem to have dealt it quite a blow. Anything
How do
else?
you like it now, huh? No, nothing else. I'm going to move towards where I heard Mooney calling, which is in this direction, I guess.
That's right, yes. Okay. Zatar, 2 of the creatures are going to move in for a flurry of attacks against you. So we've got Bite, Claw,
God.
Bite, Claw. Ooh. So,
Oh, 3 of them hit. Oh,
5 reduced to 2, 2 reduced to 1.
2, 1.
So that's 3, and then that's 11 reduced to 5. So you take 8 points of piercing and slashing damage.
13.
Which realistically probably would have toppled most people. Okay, Zatar, it's your turn.
I'm going to. Who's going to die? I'm going to kill the person that was. Actually, no, I'm going to attack him with
Go
my
for the
greatsword.
bottom one.
Yeah, bottom one. Have them all damaged at least.
Okay. That's a miss.
Nope. Yeah, I
As you
missed.
swing down the greatsword, it just impacts the ground next to this creature and it just laughs at you.
Does he get plus
Yeah.
2 to hit as well as damage?
Only damage.
Only damn.
Damn.
Is that you over?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Mooney, the little thing in front of you, is going to go out and just, again, try and bite and claw you.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Dealing 4 points of piercing damage to you.
alright.
Okay.
You kind of get the idea these things probably aren't very strong. The one in front of you, Zatar, is a gun again. Noma. Failing
Oh,
miserably
stop it.
with both attacks.
Good.
Ragnar.
Hearing what's going on down by the corner, I'm going to drop down here and see what's going on.
You see Zatar backed against the wall with 3 of these creatures attacking him. Did you just make that move?
I didn't realise where I was going, but I did know where I was going. I swear.
As the creature reaches out with a bite attack, as you leave its range, the misses. What are you going to do?
Be salty to start with.
Okay. Your salt level increases 2 points. You feel very sodium.
Which one looks weaker out of the 2 that are damaged at the minute?
They're both looking pretty fucked up. The one at the top next to Zatar has still got the bolt stuck in its chest from where you shot it.
I'm going to go for that one. I'll go for that one.
Okay, make your attack. That'll hit. Roll damage. Yeah. It just turns into you fire another bolt, which pushes the other one through, impaling the creature completely, and it just burns to ash on the floor.
I reload my crossbow and then move. How much movement did I get? I was there, so
You've
that's like
used
10.
15 foot.
I have 30.
So you have another
Right.
15 left. You got
I'm
15
going-
foot of movement.
I'll move to 1, 2, 3. I'll move as far this way as I can to try and get to Mooney next turn.
Okay, there you go. Mooney, your turn.
It occurs to me that Mooney now has a very good view of these things and might be able to work out what they are.
Mooney, would you like to make me a religion check to see?
I don't have any idea what they are.
There you go. You wouldn't have it. There's no real reason for you to know. So, okay.
I just figure the arcane one might. There you go.
No, I don't have any kind of arcane training, so there's no way for me to know this. But yeah, no. So I let out a little squeal as whatever the creature is digs into my skin, and I'm sure like hits an artery or something with a crit. But yeah, I want to, instead of using Shocking Grasp this turn, I want to use Vicious Mockery. I want to say, you will not be the death of me, you miniature little plant monster, whatever you are, and I cast Vicious Mockery on it. You have to make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Just turns its head at you, curiously. As you have no effect on it.
And I kind of freak out for a second and say, these things are beyond my magic. I'm having a bit of trouble over here.
Merrick, your turn.
Yeah. I shout to whoever's behind me, go help Mooney.
Poor Zatar.
I'm on the bloody way, damn it.
And I will again attack the guy in front of me.
I love how he's just got them all trapped in a doorway.
5 points of slashing damage. Excellent. As you just black blood spurts as you slice the creature across the face. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm happy blocking the little beasties where they are.
Okay. So 2 there, both of them going to make a bite and a claw attack each. So bite, claw, bite, claw. I'm not even sure why I'm rolling this. They don't even get. I literally have to roll a natural. I have to roll a 17 or higher. No, an 18 or higher to hit you. So they're both done. Nistari.
It's my new shiny armor.
I'm going to Sacred Flame the one in front of Merrick.
Okay. Makes the save, unfortunately. Anything else?
Well, Ragnar and Gina are going to help Mooney, so I think I'll stay here in case these guys need some help.
Okay. Gina, your turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Magic Missile again from here
Okay. Make your attack.
on the one in front of Mooney.
Yep. You deal 13 points of force damage. Very nice. As the bolts impact across the creature, just slapping it once, twice, 3 times across the face.
And I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm going to move in front of it, hopefully trying to draw some damage from Mooney.
Okay. Zatar. The next 2 are going to make their flurry of attacks against you.
Oh, that's nice. Miss.
Damn it,
Miss.
Leroy. No, higher, better minions. Damn it. Okay, Zatar, your turn.
Well, seeing how these guys just failed to attack me, I am now going to swing my great sword back at this guy and hopefully not miss him again.
Okay, just a tactical note of advice: do you not want to take one of them out,
Nah,
rather than
fuck it.
wound them?
Man, this guy's
do.
going for it. It's fine.
Okay, fine. Tactical prowess is lost.
Yep, we don't need it. I'm just raging. I don't care, man.
And you make 9 points of slashing damage. Sorry,
11.
11
11.
points of
Yeah, I
slashing
don't have
damage.
things.
As you carve a chunk out of this creature's shoulder. Excellent. Okay.
I am then going to not do anything.
Okay, Gina. As you've ran forward towards this creature, it's not the most intelligent thing in the world, but it can see that you're the thing that's actually a threat. Mooney is apparently absolutely no threat to it whatsoever. So it's going to go ahead and make a bite and claw attack against you.
Holy shit.
Both hitting
No, the second one doesn't with mage armor.
with mage armor. Perfect. Okay. Dealing
So just the first one.
8 points of piercing damage as it kind of clamps down onto your shoulder, because it's actually relatively similar height to you. It's pretty sore. Ragnar.
Hearing the commotion, I'm going to. They're up here, right?
As far as Roy,
'Cause I
yes. That's where you
'cause I
saw
can't
Gina run
see.
to, so...
So I'm going to run up to here. I can't actually see anything.
You have to keep moving then.
I think I can make it to about here.
That's fine. You see, all this commotion has been over one of these creatures, as Zatar battles 3 at once.
So I'm going to turn, look at this creature and say, "Oh, for fuck's sake. Is this what all this was about?" And just loose a crossbow bolt at it.
Well, I did tell Mooney not to run off, but he won't bloody listen.
That'll hit.
It
Roll damage.
crit me and Gina.
Gina was trying to help you.
Yeah, but it crit us. It's not like it has been whittling us away.
Well, if you hadn't wandered off,
Stop pissing about,
This is not
you
a
two.
time
And
for
I
a
just
domestic in the middle of a combat situation.
I'd turn around and say, "Stop pissing about," and just loose the crossbow bolt straight at it.
And you impact and you just obliterate its face, and it just burns to ash in a pile on the floor. Anything else?
Reload.
Okay. Mooney.
And then I'm going to start heading towards the other ones.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I drink one of the potions. It's 2d4 plus 2.
I believe so, yep. Should be in the journal somewhere.
So 7.
Yes. Okay, you still have your action.
I will thank my comrades around me. Gina, thank you so much for coming to my aid. Ragnar, you are a true champion, and I'm going to run back around to the other side.
thank you for giving me a potion too.
And I will unleash a Eldritch Blast on the one in front of Merrick.
Okay, make your attack. That's a miss, unfortunately. As the Eldritch Blast flies over the creature's head.
And I say nothing because I'm horrible.
Okay. Merrick.
Right, I'll see if I can finish this little bugger off.
Roll. That'll hit. Roll damage. Excellent. So you bring down your sword and smush. It is no more.
Okay, and then I step onto it and go, "Right, you're next."
As it swipes.
Nathan's faces are brilliant. If no one's watching his face, watch his face.
As it bites out at you, Merrick, and it pierces your armor, dealing 10 points of piercing damage to you. As it clamps down, as you move it kind of jumps on and latches onto your arm, like a rabid terrier. And its teeth sink in. Nistari.
I'm going to move forward,
Okay.
see if I can see this one that's attacking Merrick.
If you move forward a square or two, you should see it.
Oh yes, there it is. And let's Sacred Flame him.
Okay. It actually fails the dex save for once.
Thank goodness.
So we'll see what damage that does in a second.
Whether it does any damage is the question.
Yeah, we'll come to that. Is there anything else you would like to do? I'll do the damage when it turns up.
That's it.
Okay, Gina, you're up.
I am going to move back the way I came and hopefully find something to set on fire or try. That was one shot. Then
5
I don't
feet.
think I can move much further.
You can move
Cinco.
to about there.
Right,
That's
I
it.
think, yeah, I think it's around here. I'm slow.
Yeah, you can get to the other side of Ragnar, but that's about it.
Okay. Well, can I
You can
use
dash.
my action to dash?
Yeah,
Because, well, I mean, might as well.
So you gain another 25 movement speed.
I don't even know where there's anything right now.
So you can see just there.
Okay.
There's a tar
I'll
kind of
just-
backed against the wall, fighting
Okay.
two of them.
I'll stay here. I can see, from here. I don't want to get closer to anything ever again.
Okay, Zatar. You know the drill by now.
Yep, I do, and I'm going to attack this lovely beast over here.
No, you're being attacked.
Oh, am I? Okay, wow. Okay, I stopped 2 of those and
You take 6 points total of damage. So
That's
6
easy.
reduced to 3, and 7 reduced to 3.
Easy mode.
Now make your attacks.
Easy mode, great sword axe thingy mobile.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
12.
You swing your greatsword in a wide arc, you just cleave the body in two. You can almost see the confused look on its face as its top half flies through the air and just into ash. Anything else?
Okay, and that's it.
Raggy.
Raggy. I'm not a fan of Raggy.
Come on, Raggy.
How far
Sorry,
can I
Vince.
You've broken Vince. I'm surprised.
Okay.
So I'm going to move back to here.
Yep.
I'm going to shoot the one below Zatar.
Okay.
Shoot my little friend.
A crit.
Ooh,
The
ooh.
first crit from your side. Roll damage. So
Just wanted him to be my friend.
17 points of piercing and acid damage. Raggy, how do you want to do this?
So I just sort of, after hobbling around from the first time, I just hobble around the corner again and say, for fuck's sake, these things are starting to piss me off. Clear them out, you lot. And I just shoot another one straight at it. I'm not barely looking at this point. I'm just walking around all of the weird creatures, shooting them.
Okay, you turn.
None of them have actually gone for me yet. I'm just like walking around shooting them neutrally.
Well, one did swipe at you, but as you pull back, you just look and you, oh, for fuck's sake, pff, and you shoot it, and you just straight through the side of its head. Zatar, you're splattered with this like thick black blood as the creature just and crashes into ash on the ground.
Nice.
I did the how do you want to do this, but there's still one alive. I feel bad. Mooney.
Well, we're gonna have to get into how are you gonna do this?
Mooney.
I reach into the pouch with all the team loot, and I dig down deep, and I grab one of the red potions, and I look over at Gina, and I say, "You look like you might need this."
About bloody time.
Are you
and
feeding
that-
her the potion, or are you just handing it
No.
over?
I'm handing it to her, but I'm just gonna say that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Merrick. A tactical advantage, you can use your maneuvers to increase your damage output. It might be worthwhile. And you're,
I've been saving them, but
oh
I-
yes,
I-
saving all those resources you get back on a short rest.
yeah. This one's annoyed me. He's okay. I am going to clobber him. First of all, I will do that.
And
Oh, bollocks. Fuck it, I'll use a precision strike.
good. You hit.
Is that it?
Yep, dealing
Unfortunately, no more damage.
10 points of slashing damage. Not bad.
Okay, and then I'll action surge and do it again.
Yay! He's using the resources. Excellent. Are you adding anything to that, or just doing the damage?
Fuck it. I'll do a distracting strike.
Yay. Good thing about fighter is you do not have to reserve your stuff. You just keep going, and that was goading, but close enough.
Well, I selected distracting. I don't have goading. You haven't edited the macro.
You said everything. The only thing that needed changing was parry. Anyway,
It says distracting. It's your macro. You haven't edited it.
I've got to do everything.
Yeah, you're DM.
You deal 14 points of slashing damage. How do you want to do this?
Cut him in half. Vertically.
Okay, vertically.
You little bastard!
Bring your sword down like a guillotine, and you pull back. And for a second, you're not sure that you hit him, and it just slides into like a banana.
What
Being
bananas
peeled.
slide into?
Like a peeled banana. Leave me alone. And it just kind of turns to ash on the floor.
Okay.
And with that, stillness.
Pillars of Eternity is over.
And with that, we stop playing Pillars of Eternity. We return. We return to we return to the speaker log instead. And a kind of a calm settles down in the area. Zatar, the red mist fades from your eyes, and you look down and you see the various bite and claw wounds around you, and you're feeling pretty rough as you kind of stumble out from around the corner, looking at everybody else who looks perfectly fine.
I'm going to try and deceive them by making myself look really tough.
Okay, give me a
So they don't
Constitution
think I'm
saving
weak.
throw.
Constitution saving. Go on.
You kind of pull it off. You start to stumble a little bit, then you're like, no, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Blood just pouring from you.
Can I check this?
It's pretty easy. You can see he's wounded, but you can see he's also attempting to shrug it off.
I'll go over and cure wounds.
Okay. What level are you casting? Just first level, or
Yeah, just first level.
You don't deserve second level.
you are not worthy of second level? There, Merrick. I fixed your macro for you. We'll wait for that to come through.
As Natari is healing Zatar, I walk over to him and it's been a pleasure spilling blood with you, my friend.
You two, Mooney, I believe that's what you said your name was. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names. God.
That's okay. We'll just put a pin in it for now. But good work.
Okay. As you're saying this, Nithari places a hand on your shoulder, and this warmth floods over your body as some of your wounds begin to knit shut and dry, and you heal 7 points of 7 points of healing.
Can I drink my potion since I have one?
You can do, however, I would suggest it would probably
Okay.
soon be time for a short rest, so you might be wasting it.
Okay.
And at that point, I think we'll end today's session. So, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. And
thank you.
on the next session, we get to explore what else does Thunder Tree have to offer. What are the rest of the buildings like? Are they more intact? Where does this druid live? Are you alone?
Who am I?
Who is this?
Are there
Zatar
any more
character?
zombies?
Are there more ash zombies? What lurks in the strange tower on the hill? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
I knew it was going there.
So
That would have
to
been a great place to say Encroaching Abyss.
I know. I actually forgot the name of the campaign for a second.
Are we next week as normal?
Next week is normal as far as I'm aware. Yeah, but for now, I'm just going to say bye to these guys. So, for those of you watching on stream, whoever you are, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. More stuff to come on Wednesday. And ta-ta for now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.